30 students. And in a standard school, there will be at least 5 classes to handle. So 5 into 30, it will be 150. And at least a minimum of 2 decades, a teacher will serve. Maybe after that, due to voluntary retirement or due to something else, or finally, they may tend to leave the place. So,
excuse me, can I intervene?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so your screen is not visible. If you have shared, let us know.
Oh, I'm sorry. How to... Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it's streaming now.
Is it visible, sir?
It's streaming now. It's a black, yeah, now it's visible. Perfect.
I'm sorry, because these days I was quite busy going up and down for so many things. I'm so sorry about it.
Understand, no issues.
Thank you very much for giving me the right advice. Thanks a lot.
Screen, full screen.
So can you make that as full screen, sir? Yeah,
I think I have made it, yeah. So this is what I was telling, a hearty welcome. And I told about the building. And I told you about the joint venture of the 3 stalwarts and a teacher of today, how they should be. Should I be a teacher? I asked my questions, solidly like Hamlet of the most celebrated dramatist of English literature. And then I was talking about the influence of a teacher. A minimum of 3,000 students may be influenced in their career. So at least 3,000 minimum. But for me, like, it may be more than that because I used to go for other classes too. For a teacher of today, believe me, no 2 days are the same. Get to learn as well as to teach. Without learning, there is no teaching. I always say that learning is very important. It is not the acquisition of skill or knowledge, but learning is relatively a permanent change that results from the past experience of the subject. So unless and otherwise you learn properly, you cannot teach. That's why our poet laureate Rabindranath Tagore told that a lamp cannot light another lamp unless it continues its own flame. So in the case of a true teacher can never truly teach unless he is still himself learning. That is what he said. That's why he is a Nobel Prize laureate. And teaching makes a difference with visible results. I will just come to that point, and sharing is good. Really, without sharing, there is nothing. It's boring. Can work all over the world. As an example of mine, I've been to Sri Lanka right from here and all over the world except Australia. I would have gone almost to all the places. And I love to visit places to get experience as a teacher and to share my experience with you. Today, I'm going to only share my experiences. I'm not going to tell something new, but how you can make it new. That's what I would like to tell. So teaching is the best job in the world. That is why it's called the noblest of all noble profession. I hope that everybody will agree to that, because we say that at this pandemic time, even medical profession is the noblest profession. But the thing is, for medicine and medical, you have to dish out your pocket. But for education, you can simply sit under the tree, you can get knowledge. That is why it is called the noblest of all noble profession. So teaching is the best job in the world, I think, and you will benefit from flexible hours. See now, in this pandemic area, you can do anything you like. Now, no 2 days are the same, as I told you. You have to get to learn. Teachers can work all over, and teaching is the best job, and you will benefit from flexible things. Why? No 2 days are the same, because I remarked it in big, bold letters, because new sets of students every year, they will rush just to see the warriors with a stick in their hands, just going to school so happily. I don't know whether they are returning from school or going to school. Hopefully they must be going to school, I guess. And you see how they are all with their teachers, enjoying, how they are praying. So they are all really equivalent to God. And I'm so happy that the teachers are not only meeting the new sets of students every year, but they see varying characters. They get a lot of experience, and they know new topics. and they have to learn new topics. They have to upgrade their teaching style, and they have to design new lessons and various pedagogy. Now, teaching makes a difference with visible results. I hope everybody will agree to that. Just to see here, and I have taken specifically this periodic table because many of my students in the class, whether it is grade 9 or 10 or 11 or 12, they say it is just the biggest things that we find it very difficult, I said, you must try to learn this through mnemonic course because I happen to be a psychology postgraduate. So I used to tell them, learn them from mnemonic course. Try to have something which can give you the good idea about what is what. So I told them a simple method. This will be quite useful for the teacher trainees, as well as the parents, as well as the grandparents. They can teach this because every child has to go 9th standard and 10th standard. So it will be good for them to how to teach them as a model. I've taken it for today. Now here you can see there is a song also. By music, everyone will be fascinated. I just downloaded it from the YouTube. There's a site which is giving the periodic table song. It really attracted me. When I was teaching about 10 years back, it was only about 104 elements or 6 elements. Now it has gone more than 116.
And now, ASAP Science presents the elements of the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, lithium, beryllium, boy, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air, oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the signs, sodium for salty times, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, then sulfur, chlorine, and argon, potassium, and calcium so you'll grow strong, scandium, titanium, vanadium, and chromium, and manganese. This is the periodic table, the whole gas is stable. Halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new atoms shuffle. The electrons are added, moving to the right. Iron is the 26th, then cobalt, nickel points again. Copper is the gallium, germanium, and arsenic, silverium, and rhodium. Krypton, calcite, beryllium, rubidium, and strontium, and yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, then cadmium, and indium, tin, and antimony, then tellurium, and iodine, and xenon, and cesium, and barium is 56, and this is where the table splits. Well, lanthanides have just begun. Lanthanum, cerium, and praseodymium. Neodymium's next to promethium, then 62. Samarium, europium, gadolinium, yttrium, dysprosium, chromium, erbium, thulium, yttrium, lutetium. Hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, then we're on to indium, osmium, and iridium, platinum, gold to make you rich till you grow old, mercury to tell you when it's really cold, thallium, and lead is made for your tummy, polonium, acetine would not be yummy, radar, and cesium will last a little time, radium, then actinize and alien. This is the periodic table, the whole gas is stable, halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shuffling. Electrons are to the right. Actinium, thorium, protactinium, uranium, plutonium, plutonium, uranium, curium, berkelium, californium, titanium, rhodium, beryllium, beryllium, lawrencium, rutherfordium, cadmium, boron, cerium, mercurium, ruthenium, organium, copernicium, nihonium, flerovium, moscovium, lermorium, tennessine, and organessum, and then we're done.
Now, this has been, it's a good time. If music be the food of love, give me excess of it, says King Orsino to Viola in 12th Night, the same Shakespearean drama. It's quite interesting. Without music, there is no life. We all know about it, and the children will like it. And it gives a good, harmonic and a good, waves in the brain. And that makes the memory of reasoning will get greater. So now, normally, I used to have the habit of trying to find out something. And when I see something new, I used to take it. For a teacher, on a teacher's day, sometimes this is quite good. TEACHER is for teacher. T for tellurium, a good conductor of energy. Teachers of today or tomorrow or yesteryears, teachers are really good conductor of energy. From more to less, so that make it neutral or even more than that, they can produce. And actinium, its process cannot be studied without the required level of accuracy. Mathematics is nothing but speed and accuracy. If you are a mathematics teacher, you have to be very fast. At the same time, you must be accurate. Otherwise, you will not be regarded as a maths teacher. And hydrogen, a teacher has to explore with energy and without polluting the atmosphere. You know that atomic bomb is different and hydrogen bomb is different. This atomic bomb is radiation, complete radiation. You know that atomic energy is produced by splitting of atoms of thorium and uranium, which are found in the west coast of Kerala. You know all these things. And a lot of things have been happening because of atomic energy. And Baba Atomic Energy Commission, you know, that I have seen Mr. Baba when he was there in Madurai, along with Dr. Sir C.V. Raman, attending the 32nd Science Conference in Madurai Kamaraj University old building. And I represented the American College where I studied my pre-university and the BSc. So this atomic energy is the greatest thing, but it is not quite good one. It can be utilized for the positive side only, but it cannot be utilized. It should not be utilized for the negative side. But hydrogen bomb, it is good. Hydrogen energy is good. It will not pollute because hydrogen and hydrogen, they unite to form helium only. But atomic energy, once it splits, it radiates a lot of harmful rays. Now, this hydrogen spontaneously and is explosive when concentrated. That means when it gets united, the union, fusion energy, and erbium, and it's a bit, but also firm and radiates light. We teachers, we radiate light. We remove the darkness. That's why a teacher consists of 4 good elements in him. And to know the periodic table, it is not at all difficult up to grade 10, level 10. If you have your son, or if you are a teacher of science, or if you are, because I'm a teacher of science, I'm giving and quoting this example. So bear with me that this will be quite good. You may be a teacher of Tamil, mathematics, social science, etc. But you must have a child who has to study science. For them, you can say, oh, you learn from this periodic table is nothing. It's so simple. It is only Hitler Henry lived beside Boron's cottage near Owl's Nest. Not the MG Alex cited Papa Santa Claus around Kentucky Castle. So you know now 20 elements. It is enough. Matter is over. Periodic table is over. Hitler is for hydrogen, Henry for... You can just see how it goes in a periodic table. If you see Hitler for hydrogen, the first element. The second element, Henry, He, and lived... Can you please close the door? Yeah, thank you. So Hitler, Henry lived for lithium besides, and although you can see all the 20 elements besides boron, cottage, even in periodic table for magnesium, if it comes as Mag, but in reality, Mg Alex. So it is not, Alex means that his initial is Mg. So Mg Alex. So that the child should never get confused. H means hydrogen. He means helium. You know pretty well the element, the first letter or the next letter will comprise us to form the element symbol. Likewise, 20 elements are there. If you know the atomic number of this, the atomic number is always written on the head, and the atomic weight, the mass is on the top, and the mass is down. We call it, what do you call it? Base is strong, 12, but building is only like 6. I think you must be able to remember jokes also. A lot of jokes with Mr. Vadivel, who was acting in the film industry. Now, you can see the mass number always down and atomic number is on the top. So there are same atomic number and different mass number, then they are called isotopes. You can explain that also. When you see that in your order it, you can see the number of protons, 1, 2, 3 is nothing but atomic number in a neutral element, in an atom. So when you see that the electronic configuration KLMN, and it will have 288, the distribution of electrons in various orbits. I know that I'm going very deep in the subject because it is quite good. If you see this, if you want to share this PowerPoint, particularly this particular aspect, I can do so. I can send it to the College of Education authorities through the Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Madam Professor Swasakti, Madam. So you can get it. This will be quite useful, and you can just tell everyone to learn from this. It will be quite easy. So number of protons will be equal to number of electrons in a neutral atom, and the distribution of electrons in the shells will be 288 and all that. And the first orbit, if 2 electrons are completed, it means it is full. So noble gas. It will not take more than any other, more electrons, and it will not give any other electron. So the positivity and negativity that will be dealt with in a class by the teacher. Here I would like to tell you that number of electrons, you know, the number of protons you will know. Then you will know the mass number will be given, always the atomic number, that atomic weight will be given. Then if you subtract, you will get the atomic number and the number of neutrons. So if you have this table, the table is very, very easy. No need to worry about anything. Now, normally the expectation of the students, if you see, with flying colors, you know, they will come with the beautiful butterflies flying on their head, lot of imagination, and going and wanting here and there. And even yesterday, I was told by one of my relatives that, sir, this students are not concentrating because they are not attending these classes. I do not know, unless they go to school, it won't be good. I said, okay, no problem. Ask the teacher to interact with them. So only when they get interacted, but the mass is there with single one, how can they do that? It's a difficult one. Unless they go face to face, it will be difficult for them to concentrate with the children. Sometimes the mood of the teacher goes like this. What can I do? How many times I have to teach you? I have to break my head with the wall. Or sometimes, I must try to take all my hair out like that. But never do that and never show that. Please, the teacher of today or tomorrow, they should be smiling. Smile has got a long way to go, and that will be always attracted. So teachers' mood, temperament, and reaction are very, very important in the teaching career. As I told you, sharing was good. You know why I told you? You can see a typical example in Nobel Prize award. You can see a man with specs. Is Professor Wilkins. He was the one who was doing research with regard to DNA. Normally, we all talk about DNA every now and then. But DNA is very important. Even now, pandemic time also, we are talking about virus, how it gets attracted. Virus, if it is in the hands, nothing to worry. You can wash it. If it is in the glass, nothing to worry. So if you wash it and keep it properly, neat and you can be healthy. Sure. But the virus, once it gets inside your cell and gets incorporated with the genome of your cell, then only it will duplicate and it will start spreading. And it will easily get doubled in every half an hour, 30 minutes. That is how within hours you started getting problem. So this particular DNA was found out by Professor Wilkins. He was doing all these things, but the other two boys, that is Francis Crick and James Watson, they are very jolly fellows, and they used to spend their time in the parlor, their beer parlor, and they used to enjoy their drinks. At the same time, they used to read very properly about the findings of Professor Wilkins. Then they were able to see the structure of DNA, how to find out this and that. A lot of things are going on, debate was going on. But Watson and Crick, they said, it is not helical, it is double helix like that. That double helical structure was founded by them, and they were awarded Nobel Prize. But they said that it is not because of us only, it is because of Professor Wilkins also. The three jointly together, they found it. The man who was experiencing and experimenting is Professor Wilkins. The people who got this sudden spark of idea is Crick and Watson. So all the three people they shared 1/3. That is, all the three were awarded Nobel Prize and they shared it. Say sharing is very nice. Now For everything, DNA plays a vital role in the heredity of any individual. You can see here also a typical, how sharing shows it's good.
Have a seat. I'll bring him right up. Hey, watch where you're going, man.
Oh, so sorry.
You know how expensive this suit is? Much more than you can afford.
Probably right. I'm really sorry, sir.
Anyway, let me get 3 slices of cheese.
We have a 5 for $5 deal if you want to add 2 more.
Yeah, sure.
Great. Have a seat. I'll bring one out.
What the heck?
Okay, 5 slices of cheese.
Great pizza, right?
This is unbelievable. Really? You're gonna take the last slice of pizza?
Oh, sounds like. Ew.
That is disgusting. What is wrong with you? You know what? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should go out and get a job instead of eating other people's food.
Here's your pizza, sir.
No. You already dropped mine.
Oh, that was his pizza. You ordered the same thing.
Oh my God. That was your pizza?
Yes, it was.
I'm so sorry. That whole time I thought you were eating my pizza. And then you split that last slice in half. Well, why?
Well, may not have much, but always happy to share.
So happy to share. It is not only in food, but in ideas also you can share. So for a teacher of today, you will have good job security. I'm telling about my experience as a teacher. I was having good job security. When I was posted in a government school, I was having a good permanent job. But I myself wanted to come out of the village to the town so that I can upgrade myself. I was only BSc B.Ed when I got my teaching position in 1969. Then I want to upgrade myself educationally. That's why I came here to the town and I started continuing my MSc, MA, MAd, MPhil, and all that. So it's all, because of your perseverance, your hard work, your thinking that you should go higher up in the hierarchy. In sociology, you must be studying about the social stratification. There, the vertical mobility will be there and horizontal mobility will be there and vertical mobility will be there. So horizontal mobility shifting from one institution to another institution, but vertical mobility going from one position to another position, both administration as well as in educational qualification. Then you will have to get good independence. Normally, a teacher has got good independence. But here in job security, I would like to tell one more point. Your job is secured. I went only for 2 years contract, but they just made it 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. Like that, it was going on up to 20 years. But the people who have come for the job in the administration side, they said after 2 years, hire and fire. They came and they established. By the time they were about to enjoy, they were fired. They have to go back. Because there's no job security in other places, I'm telling you. If the company is closed, that's the end of it. Whatever the case may be, One company is closed, another company will be established, but the children will always be there. So children are the treasure for the teachers. If the children are not there, there are no teachers. That is why you love the children. You love them. They only give you everything. That is how I was going on in my experience. So get independence. You are very free to do anything. No one is to question you. Even the parents will never question you. Sir, please take care of the eyes and ears. It is all yours, they say. Because you have to take care of the children. That is the belief that they have, and you have to do that. At the same time, you will get to reach out to the society. You cannot just keep yourself alone. And suppose if you want to do something, for example, in the pandemic area, if you are able to help, go on outside and help. No harm. In my case, as a principal, they came and requested me about the awareness of breast cancer program. But there, I just went along with my staff and students, and we did make them aware of the breast cancer. It was really good campaign, and we succeeded, and they really awarded us. At the same time, you will get to reach out to the society, and you will have more than just a job. It's not only teaching. You can be an entertainer. You can do whatever you feel like. Even you can do some business. And that business should not be a hindrance to your teaching career. Always remember, children are very important. Then you are self-motivated, these things later on. So influence the next generation. I always tell the teacher of today or before or tomorrow, I'm going to tell only this, influence the next generation. Because now they are calling Gen X or Gen Y. I do not know much about it, but they have been talking in Singapore, Gen X, these are Gen Y, like that. I don't know, that Gen Z we are. I don't know what is Gen Z and all that. I have to go to Google and find out what is Gen Z and Gen X. I don't know how they remarked me. Maybe Gen X or something like that. Old man like that. I do not know. I have to verify that. And you are constantly learning new skills. Today one skill, tomorrow another skill, like that. Skill-based education particularly is emphasized during this pandemic time, and also during your the upcoming NEP also gives the same thing. National Education Policy is based on complete skill-based learning. And you build a positive relationship with students, colleagues, parents, and the wider community. You become a role model. There is no need to follow certain rules and regulations. If you behave yourself perfectly, they will come to your side. I think I have recently attended one seminar in which Madam Sivasakti told about one teacher, Bhagavan teacher or something like that. When he was leaving the place, everyone was crying. Really, that is a complete inspiration for us. Every teacher should move like that. The child should cry when you are going out of that place. That means you are so much attached to the child. That means you have gone inside the heart of a child. That is how you should be. Become a role model. People look to you for advice and guidance, and that feels pretty good. The children teach you as much as you teach them. Believe me, I learn everything from children only. When they do some mistake, from that mistake, I try to get myself corrected. So there is a constant laughter in the class. Whatever the case may be, they will make you laugh. They will make some mischief for that. They will make you laugh. Once it happened to me, sir, we would like to take part in a competition. Can you please suggest me some topic? What's a topic I have to suggest? Whatever I teach you, just take it. Sir, it is about pollution. Oh, pollution, recycling. Oh, pollution, recycling, nothing, man. What we taught today? Sir, you taught about the cow dung. Cow dung? What cow dung? No, sir, biogas. Okay. See how the child gives me an idea. Cow dung means he doesn't want, but at the same he wants to make it humorously. Cow dung. I said, okay, we are talking about biogas. Yes, true. Okay, dung to dosa is my topic. Go ahead with that. What to dung to dosa? See, take whether dung or whatever the case may be, that will become the composite manure, and that manure you will just mix it, and plants will grow, and the paddy and gram, everything will come, make a dough, and then you make it dosa. So from dung to dosa, elaborate it. Go ahead. The people, they got second place in the competition. Dung to dosa. See, they make you, they will come with ideas. You just give them some tips, they will fly. That is why you have to induce each and every child to come forward. So you get to meet your colleagues also with passion and for teaching equal to yours. They might become friends for life, and the staple of your weekend will be Bachelor's Kitchen at lunch. I used to enjoy, and I'm invited also for Bachelor's Kitchen because I just meet the colleagues with a passion of teaching equal to them. And they always become very good friends. I don't want to mention the name of the friend, but he has already invited me for the Bachelor Kitchen. I don't know when. I'm waiting. For a teacher of today, teaching becomes your life. The youth needs you. You have longer vacations. Now, the longest vacation I can say, but not for some of the professors who are engaged in organizing these meetings, but for others, yes. For school teachers, yes. Try to use it purposefully. Even student trainees, use it purposefully. Ensure that your vocabulary, your fashion, music tastes remain current and relevant. And you become an inspiring teacher today. Make a difference. Discover potentials and inspire others by getting a stable career in education. That's the most important thing. To enhance the efficiency of a teacher, what a teacher has to do, the teacher has to conduct both live and pre-recorded online classes these days, what you are doing it. And record and share video lessons. Whatever video lessons you make it, you share with them. Or sometimes you record it. Whatever the case may be, and allow parental supervision. It is not that they will try to criticize you. They criticize you, you rectify in the next one, and you can go ahead further. So it is mandatory for junior students, say grade level 2 only. The senior children will not allow their parents to interfere in their studies. And you have to create, conduct, and share lessons. And you should use blended approach. Make a complete, one will be idealistic, one will be naturalistic, pragmatic, but you try to have an eclectic tendency so that the blended approach will help, making sure of different modes and not just technology. Just to use technology, you will go to dots. It will not be possible. You use judiciously the technology. Otherwise, anything which is not used judiciously will try to meet the graveyard. So you have to be very careful about that. Now, the another important point is, and you have to always say, share the lessons with web content, conduct periodical assessments so that you will know where you stand. It is not the assessment for the children. It is the assessment for self. If the children are getting good marks, that means your teaching has entered into the region of Broca and they have not forgotten anything out of it. So you are lucky. If they are not doing well in assessment, that means the mistake is yours, not the students. You didn't make them understand. Please, I'm sorry for that. We are all, teachers, and then we are all one as a community. We can talk about ourselves. We are not going to talk this to other professions, but we are talking among ourselves to improve our, professional development, we call it. Nowadays, continuous professional development is mandatory. At the international benchmark, it is there. I used to conduct the professional development in foreign countries, and a lot of encouragement will be there, and a lot of interactive activities will be there. A lot of professional development were made. So you manage the student attendance. If you are really attractive, your attendance will be full. When I was taking the class for Madurai Kamaraj University, the hall will be full. Normally it will be only 30 students or 40 students, not like that. For distance learning, a minimum of 80 students in a hall will be there. But believe me, I do not know how, from where they are coming. It will be more than 150, double. So they will try to listen because I start cracking some jokes of adult jokes, we call it, but very decent jokes. They like it because without the, spices, the food is not tasty. Like that, used to conduct all these things and use radio and TV broadcasts. Radio lesson is very important, and I was asked to prepare some radio lessons, and I did give. And you also try to prepare radio lessons. And radio lessons, you try to go to All India Radio, approach the people. It is this I have prepared for about 10 days or 15 days for a course, and may I be permitted? They will try to allot a slot. And try to see that your voice is good. You'll have to go for voice testing. They will grade it A, B, C, D. If you are really regarded, you are put in A, that means your voice is really good. And particularly, they will ask you to pronounce certain things properly. Thrimilarai in Tamil. It is very difficult because la, la, la. All the three will be there. So you will have to make, if it is in Tamil, like that in every language, there will be certain thing which is very peculiar, and they will try to establish it, and you have to well train and make it possible, because it is only the tongue has to roll properly to pronounce a word, to tell. Do not pronounce wrongly. See, this pandemic time, you are going for video lessons is difficult. I'm telling you. Now the teachers are afraid, because if you can't talk properly, you can't face the video. So try to experience yourself, practice yourself. Practice makes the man perfect, says Bacon, the greatest essayist of English literature. So try to make yourself practice. Practice is very, very important. And make sure that parents are aware of teaching plans, methods in public domain. Then only you will know, okay, this has been finished, the teacher has not finished. What to do? Teacher, can you please make sure that this portion can be dealt with? She will definitely, or she or he will be definitely requesting you. So don't get annoyed. Confess your mistakes. Try to go forward. Now, teacher of today should be always intelligent. Now, intelligent means nothing. Don't think that intelligent means something great and all that. It is simple. Very simple. Intelligent means, again, not acquisition of knowledge, not acquisition of skill. No. Intelligence means, according to education, adaptability and adjustability to a particular environment is called intelligence. Maybe I would have given you like that definition. If you are able to adapt and adjust to a particular situation, that means you are very, very intelligent. So the intelligence quotient there is there. And not only that intelligent is enough, but you have to be emotionally stable. If you are not emotionally stable, if the emotional quotient is not up to the mark, and you cannot face anybody in society. And also the social quotient. And there is one more thing has come, a quotient. That AQ, that is an adversity quotient, is a score that measures the ability of a person to deal with adversities in his or her life. I don't want to discuss about that, but we don't want that. But you should have your management of your adverse situation. There are certain situations which will be very adverse. Manage that and come. Don't fight with the people inside the house and come to the class with the same mood and try to spoil the life of the children. So try to cool down yourself. Pray. Yes? Anybody? Anything, sir? Are you able to hear?
You can go ahead, sir. We are very able to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So pray every time you pray, start a day with a prayer, because silence prayer head in heaven. Always pray, and then you can do your best with your intelligence. And you know, IQ, EQ, and the mental age. You know, you all know about mental age. There is 2 ages for a particular individual. One is physical age, we call it, or we call it technically, if we speak, it is chronological age. Physical age means, I will make it very simple. Physical age means the real age of yours. Mental age means the real age may be, but your IQ may be more, means you are more than that age. A small child, they say, he's talking too much, means he's talking above his head, means he's talking something which is not related to him, but he's talking more than that. That's the meaning of mental age, if you talk it, if you tell it in English. So this is one thing that you have to know. IQ, UQ, and mental age, they all go side by side. Here, there is one intelligent test. For example, this is asked normally in the even in IAS examinations, because there's a little time, only 10 seconds or 15 seconds will be there. 6 plus 4 is equal to 210, then dash, dash, dash is equal to 123. So how is it possible? I just give a clue that it is 6 plus 4 means 6 plus 4, 10, that's it. 6 minus 2 is this side. So 6 plus 4 is equal to 210. Then you will be able to understand now what will be here exactly in a minute. So you have to spot like this, and then you get the answer to the next one. That is what you call the quick reaction. This is what they want. Now here, the answer is coming like this. That is 12 plus 11, 123. 12 plus 11, 23. 12 minus 11, 1. So 123. So simple. This actually in interactive, we go about in an interactive way, but for want of time and being the last day, and we are still moving towards the valedictory function. So all these things keep in view. I just would like to go a little faster. That it will be very convenient for each and everyone to understand that. So IQ test will be there, UQ test will be there, mental age test will be there. And here, the IQ, if you score above 145, you are genius. Mostly, the Germans are considered to be the most intelligent people in the world. Of course, Indians are there. But Indian, this time, they excelled in it. Indians excelled. I admire that boy, a small boy, Indian boy living in UK. Now see here, he made the country proud, intelligent Indian boy. See the boy, this boy, the happiness, this boy. You know what is his IQ? More than Einstein's. Mind it, Einstein is the top IQ gentleman in whole world. Now, he excelled Einstein. He excelled Einstein, an Indian boy. Feel proud of that. See, the whole India, are you aware of it? Are you aware of it? Like that. But such an intelligent person are there, is being interviewed there, and he got certificates. The certificate of best in year and certificate of gold certificate, he got it. And see, here, you see the happiness of the mother. The joy of a mother knew no bounds. Here I always remember World War. There is, I'm sorry, if you know Tamil, you'll be able to understand better. The joy of a mother knew no bounds when she hears that her son is the supreme of the world. That's the meaning of the two sentence, only two verse. What a beautiful lyrics he has written. The ancient sage Valva. I always admire the Quran, we call it, and see the happiness of the mother, terribly happy. Now coming to emotional intelligence, building emotional intelligence, that is EQ. And you see, for emotional intelligence, even yesterday, I think Madam Evangeline was telling about the emotional intelligence, I guess, and increased team performance. Then occupational stress will be there. You have to manage that. That improve decision making and reduce the staff turnover and increase the personal well-being. Leaders, increase the leadership ability. All these things you have to qualify yourself in a very cool way. This can come when you do two things. One is yoga and another one is prayer or meditation, or both. Meditation and prayer are most the same, but little differences there. Prayer means it's quite a fixed time, and this meditation, you have a fixed time, but in a different time, and you can stay at home and do meditate, but prayer also you can do it from home, or you have to go to holy places. So I was a student of the American college. I know what is, how it should be done. So what is EQ? How you react to any situation? How emotionally intelligent you are? You ask yourself. Ask yourself, ask thyself. Then you will come to know who you are. And more important than IQ for attaining success in life, the rules, you have certain rules to measure intelligence, EQ. And here, there was one question. You are on an aeroplane which suddenly hits extremely bad turbulence and begins rocking from side to side. What do you do? Believe me, this happened when I was traveling from Rome to Zurich. Rome to Zurich by Swiss Air, I was doing. And in Zurich, there is a Movenpick Hotel where I stayed there with my family. And you can see, it's a beautiful anecdote I would like to quote here for emotional intelligence of a person. This small boy, you can see, this has happened 34 years ago in July 1986. I was traveling from Rome to Zurich. So my eldest daughter, she is in United States. She has become the American citizen. The second daughter here, she is in Singapore, is a software engineer. And this boy is also a software engineer. And now this boy was not posing for the camera, but only looking at this bag. You know why this bag? This bag has got a story. It's not a camera bag. Camera is here. There's one bag which contains a pistol, a gun. Without knowing anything, I just bought £1 a gun, a toy gun, because he was just crying. And if he cries more, his body whole become black and blue, and he will choke up and he will find it difficult to breathe. So I used to be afraid of that in a foreign country when I was traveling. So whatever he wanted, I just buy it and give it. It's only £1. £1 is nothing to lose. So I gave £1. I asked him to buy, and he kept it, and he was not giving it to anyone. Even at the night, he was keeping it under the pillow and was sleeping. I said, okay, leave him. Let him be happy. That's all. So that fellow, when we are traveling from London airport, Heathrow airport, from there, I was traveling. I was staying in Hounslow West. So Heathrow airport, there, they said that this pistol, I'm sorry, sir, you cannot carry a pistol. It's a toy gun. I said, no, sir, it's a toy gun, but it's heavy, and we cannot just take it like that. Under security reasons, we have to. So he took it. Believe me, the boy started crying. I don't know what to do. If he cries more, he will be in trouble. If you don't give, I will be in trouble. What can I do? Then one lady, as a mother who is emotionally stable, emotionally intelligent, she came to the child and asked a question. My dear child, where are you traveling? Oh, I am traveling to Zurich, Switzerland. Okay. How are you traveling? You are traveling by flight. Okay. Where are your luggages? Luggage, I kept it there. Oh, you kept your luggage there? Oh, this luggage, can I put it in a bag like this? She brought the bag. And okay, you can put it. That fellow was telling. So you put it. He put it. Then he sealed it. And he write, Srinivasa Kumar, wrote the name. I said, write this luggage. Can you put it in the luggage? And where are you going to take the luggage? Oh, I'm going to take the luggage in Switzerland. Okay, take the luggage in Switzerland. Okay. So he was so happy. See how emotionally she managed a small child. I really salute her for that. At that time, I found it very happy. The entire family felt very happy. And the man was telling, hey, God, lad, you have done a good job for that war. And like that, he was appreciating the lady. I too really think that it's a good gesture on the part of that lady. And that was packed. And the moment I got down, the fellow was straight away going to the place where we can take the load. And he's thinking, okay, my gun has come. Good. So he was happy. Then he removed it and he kept it again. So I kept it here. I cannot roam about with that. So I have to keep it in the bag. I said, no, again. So okay, we'll take the photograph in front of the hotel, then I'll give it to back. Then I said, okay. So this is the boy now. He has grown up. And he's also acting in serials. Some Idayattai Tirade or something like that. He has acted as a hero also in a Tamil movie. And this question was asked. Now coming back to these things was a small anecdote, which I felt like sharing with you. Because this may happen to anyone, anytime, anything. So you have to give patient hearing to the child, understand, and go with them and bring them. Then it will be possible. Otherwise, no, you're not doing all these things. It's not good. That is why be very polite, in a smiling way, emotionally balanced, use your intelligence, and you will definitely win the race. And continue to read your book or watch the movie, paying less attention to the turbulence. Become wary of emergency, carefully monitoring the flight attendants and reading emergency instruction card, or a little of both above. I'm not sure. I never noticed. In fact, me and my wife, I asked my wife, what was her situation? A little of both above, because these two. Because we were looking at the attendant was telling, the flight attendant, she was telling, nothing to worry. It's just a seat belt. That's enough. Okay, it's common. Because the flight is going in the clouds. Then only we were also happy about that. So this point 3 was given to me. That's what I self-assessed. That's all. Now, here also, the intelligent quotient, if it is more than 145, It is extraordinary. And social intelligence, if one gentleman started asking, everyone will start making noise. It is a really things that is happening everywhere, but mostly in India, I guess. Because since I have gone most of the places, it is not like that. If one asks, at least they wait for the answer. See the man, if they ask, his question is like that, question mark. Very difficult. Ask one at a time. Don't make chorus questions. And never allow your students also to make chorus questions. Try to understand them. And now, how to build social intelligence in the school as a teacher of today to be a teacher for tomorrow too. You have to have the intelligence. And you must try to have emotional balance. Not only that, adaptability and adjustability to the entire environment you must have. You must develop. Then only you can succeed. This is what I personally feel from my side. Now, teacher of today has to promote social and emotional learning too, going beyond how you are feeling. Whatever the feeling that you have to follow this. When students have language to describe their feelings and needs, then they are better equipped to help themselves and each other. Otherwise, they cannot. Even their languages may be different. Even in LKG, sometimes the language is different. I talk, you talk, middle, he talk. My teacher, I talk, he talk. Middle, he talk also, she talk also. Enough. We are able to get the, we are conveyed the message. What he wanted to, the child wanted to tell is enough. So communication is to make yourself understanding. It is not that you have to be perfect in your language. I remember D.H. Lawrence. What he says is, the person not knowing proper English and digging only at grammar, they are not the seekers after truth, but hunters after error. They are hunters after error. Don't dig at grammar all the time. There may be some, okay, if it's a language period, yes, grammar is a must. Whether Tamil, English or Hindi or whatever the language is, grammar is very, very important. For others, communication is nothing. 4 plus 2, 6. They need not be say if number 4 is added to 2, now number 2 is equal to number 6. No need to tell like that. 4 plus 2, 6, enough. So you are able to understand what we are trying to convey. Now, this is what I would like to tell you, that when students have language to describe their feelings and needs, they are better equipped to help themselves and each other. And that you can also put your own inputs so that the output will be greater. My mentor when I was a child, my parents only. Same way, for you too, there must be mentors when you are a child when you are growing. See here, learning from the first teacher of today, or even tomorrow, whatever the case may be. How learning as a mother, see now, is a nice thing that I enjoyed.
Akshutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Ramanarayanam Janaki Vallabham. कौन कहता है भगवान खाते नहीं बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं अक्षुतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम.
The beautiful things that you can ever enjoy. This is the good habits that have been developed when the child was in the womb. There are a lot of researches that have been made. The child will be able to listen when the child is in the womb of mother. So you have to hear good things, you have to do good things, you have to read good things, a lot of prayers should be made, then only the child will come to your standard. So try to make yourself comfortable. If you are married, it's okay. If you are going to get pregnant, please take note of that. And when you go and just see the best thing only. Not whatever you feel like, do not do that. I mean, instead of telling you not to do that, do better things in your life. That will give you a better thing in future. So my childhood mentors, my parents, mother and father. Father was a roll of honor student, and he was number one from first standard to his college time. He was a student of the American college. He admitted me in the American college. And my father's father was also a student of the American college. And we used to attend the chapel services. There were no religious disparities and all that. We just feel, okay, there is something good is going on in the chapel. So it's a Protestant institution. And then we used to attend. My father used to attend. Later on, I used to attend. It was quite interesting. And I love that place, the American college. And my school days, my school teachers, late Mr. Krishnamurthy Iyengar. And he used to teach me Telugu songs. Annalunde ye meerapadi pagatira the venta. I do not know the meaning. Still, I remember what he taught me in class. And late Mr. M.R. Solomon, a man who is very strict. And he taught me grammar, how to speak in English. And if I speak good English, it is Mr. M.R. Solomon. He said, good. You are like your dad and your grandfather. When I say grandfather, I remember Mother Rose. When I was doing my B.Ed in 1968, why I'm telling you, as a teacher of today, you must know all these things. I'm just sharing my experience. What else I can do? Because it is a teacher of today and tomorrow. And teacher of yesterday I was, maybe today also. That's why I would like to give you this message. My great-grandfather was a chairman, paid chairman. If you go to Tirumala Nayak and in front of it, there is a park called L.K. Tulasram BAPL Park. And he was my great-grandfather. And when he was a chairman, St. Joseph's Convent, they wanted to have the Fatima College. At that time, the land was made available by him. So this was a story which I do not know about it. When I wanted to get my sister admitted there for the pre-university, she got 386 marks, but 400 is the cutoff mark there for spot admission. But my classmate was Sister Clementine. I made an approach to Clementine. Sister, can you please put forward a word to Mother Rose that I am so-and-so, I would like to meet her. I said, okay, during prayer time, I can meet her and I can tell, because it's very difficult to approach Mother Rose. I said, okay, fine. So I made the arrangement and then I went in the crowd. There was hue and cry. The crowd was so much for admission. Fatima College is the best institutions those days and even now, I guess. So that college, when I went there, wrote J.R. Jawaharlal, great-grandson of Mr. L.K. Tulasram. That's all. She took that paper, started jumping. It is all because of these people help. Where is he? Where is he? I got admission in jiffy. So these things, why I would like to tell you means, you just try to do something good will come to us. So a lot of things I felt and I shared with you. And my college days, Professor J.C.B. Abraham, when I got a bullet shot on my back, I was there, and then he only helped me in every respect. He came to my house and he used to invite students to his house, and he taught me zoology. And Professor Solomon Papaya, the Bhishma of Tamil debate, he was my professor, and whatever he taught in Tamil, still I remember, and the interest I have in Tamil is all because of him. And he came to Abu Dhabi and he was my guest for about a day, and I was so happy about it. Whenever I meet him, I used to discuss with him, and he's a great man in Tamil literature. Then Professor Frederick Jacob, he was my English professor. He made me to act in Hamlet. And Professor C.R. Narayanan was for botany, and Victor Jesudas, Professor Victor Jesudas for my psychology teacher. He only was my mentor to do my MA psychology. And Professor David Gerard, he was my NCC officer and quite amiable gentleman. And still he is about 80 or 85, I think. He is surviving. I met him last time in the American college. And my adulthood, my uncle. He was former Undersecretary, Ministry of Defense, Government of India. He was the one who made me to enter into this teaching profession. In fact, like Ghazini Mohammed, I invaded medical admission more than 7 times. I could not beat Ghazini Mohammed, but I was at least trying to take 1/3 of his attempt. but I could not succeed. But that vigor was there burning in me to become a doctor and die in my grave as a doctor. That is the reason why I kept myself going on, learn till my death. So from birth to death, education is. That is how I felt it. And that's why I went there and I got it. I'm really feeling a little happy. But what is the use of this? That I'll tell you later at the end of this seminar. So he is the one who asked me to do B.Ed. And I joined my B.Ed in 1968. Then during my journey as a teacher in India, Mr. T.N. Vidyanandan, still surviving, my headmaster, who was dismissed from the institution and who was reinstated back to the institution, is a great man whom I admire, a strict disciplinarian, a good knowledgeable person, a mathematics teacher, an English teacher for me, and he did a wonderful job. And I still remember, like that, a teacher of today should be remembered by everyone. That is what I want to insist on that. And Mr. S. Natarajan, about 2 years back only he died. He was my headmaster in the government school. In fact, I wanted to meet him. It is my bad luck that I could not meet him. I can only pray for him. And during my journey as a teacher abroad, Mr. V.K. Kaul, short of stature, but full of work. I learned record keeping from him. For anything and everything, record will be perfect. Perfect. Record will be perfect. And as a teacher, why I'm telling you, as a teacher of today, you must keep your records intact. Don't take papers here and there. Arrange it nicely. Advise your students also to arrange it nicely. Their books, their belongings, everything should be arranged neatly and it should be chronologically arranged. And Mr. V.K. Mathu, my vice principal, then he became the principal, then he became the advisor of the Board of Governors, and I am grateful to these two gentlemen abroad. And after that, he is the one who directed me to go to India. I mean, there was some discussion. I don't know what happened. I left. I resigned. I left. When I came here, 50 years of teaching, that taught me the ways of helping the students to, believe me, to make them acceptable citizen of the society and to prepare them learning-centered, skill-based activities and to manage small groups in an intelligent way. I need small groups with me to go to make a venture in villages. But now I am helpless. I am not working anywhere. I'm not doing anywhere. A lot of College of Educations are there. And I try to go and meet the children. Children. I wanted to meet the students, but I didn't get the chance to go and meet the people. Maybe, I don't know, in future, I may have an access to that. So trying the social, for social learning and community engagement with reflection and to motivate them to rise as leaders. So these are the things that I would like to still make, and I'm having, I think I must be having the energy. I need your prayers and wishes only. So here, the invention and education. Invention should be a part of every child's education. Please make sure the teacher of today, make sure that invention should be a part of every child's education. Invention education cultivate the inventors of tomorrow. Inspire students to pursue STEM careers and develop the skills and resilience critical for succeeding in the innovation economy. So very, very important. Here also I would like to quote a 7-year-old child, Kadar. He made a game. See, this game was made by him. He just to make the people terribly upset in everything. See, skill-based game coding and kid inventors. Yes.
No.
Yes.
But it
Go ahead, sir. Please
interrupts
any problem?
No. Someone on the call is talking to somebody else. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Because I thought that this is the problem of online, webinars. Because we do not know what is happening. Otherwise, no one will escape from my eyes. 180 means my eyes will be rolling around. And kid inventors, you see how he is being congratulated. He invented a game with a coding skill. And see here also, son's performance, dad's pride. Here also, Valluva. Mahan Tandai Katrum Udavi, Ivan Tandai Ennotran Kollanum Sol. The performance of the boy make the dad realize that he is a great man. Valluva, he is man, tells everything about that. And here when we talk about teacher and education, Mahatma Gandhi always says that learn from the student. And I have always felt that true textbook for the pupil is his teacher. For the students, he says like that, but he himself wants to learn, the teacher should learn from the students. I'm always learning from my students, I agree. But again, the pride of the lesson. See, this is the father of the nation, he says about education, teacher. And here, the pride of the nation, he says, education is the most powerful weapon which you can see to change the world. Yes, it is going to change the world if we go and follow the international benchmark. There are hue and cry in the national education policy of 2020. We know pretty well that only in 1968, it was established by Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and 1986, it was revised by her son, Rajiv Gandhi. In 1992, Narasimha Rao, the Prime Minister, he was able to modify that, and 2020, now the education policy is coming to enforce. The same way, even in judicial place also, that should take place. I would like to register this, even in judicial services, that should be changed. Our judicial, there is no reform so far. There is no new policy in judiciary, is what we have been following during British period, still we are following. It is not the time that we used to have in those days. Here, we have all arrogance and brutality. So we have to change that also. All is lying only from teachers. Teachers of today should inculcate and instigate the people. Instigation is not the proper word. You try to instruct the children of today so that they will try to grow bigger and they can change the world. Education will change the world only when you enter into that. Go inside. You try to be within. That vigor should burn. That should be a dream, and that dream should come true. So, teacher and education, without a teacher, there is no education. Without education, there is no growth and development. I remember this when I was doing my PhD, the research one. I asked, okay, you played the video game, because I made an instructional video game in developing the academic achievement as well as creativity. There I asked one child, what is it? There is no need for teacher. We can interact, we can play, we can understand like that. I said, no. Who made this game? Who made this lesson? Teacher. Then without teacher, can you do that? No. So never say like that. Without a teacher, there is no education, and without education, there is no growth and development. So let us take it. And I used to keep my hands, some of my colleagues, they used to come and shake hands after they come from the class. They say, so my hands are very dirty. No, never say, I feel very happy and elated to shake hands with a man with chalk. Because he's not just a creator of knowledge for the children, he's the builder of a nation. So I feel proud. Now, this pandemic time, we cannot shake, so we can only make namaste with our own hands. But see, still the Gen Z, they are just, Gen Z or Gen Y, I don't know, one boy and girl, they are doing like that. So this is the type of temperament now the present generation is. So privilege handshake, avoid it, but you can better to have these things. This one, I have taken it from Madam Sivasakti. I really forgot about the teachers of yesterday. My topic is teacher of today and tomorrow. Then what about yesteryears? There is a good thing. Socrates is the first teacher of the yesteryears. Know thyself. Know thyself. Only when you know yourself, you can advise others. So his disciple is Plato, and Plato's disciple is Aristotle. All of them, they are having what is called parallel life. There is one thing in psychology, a parallel life. But here, how can I say double parallel life? So Socrates is a philosopher, Plato is a philosopher, Aristotle is a philosopher. They're all disciples from Socrates. Such a nice thing I learned in a webinar by Madam. And during the Dream Teacher, Kanavu Asiriyar, it was very nice. And I learned this also from that webinar. The Professor Sarvapalli S. Radhakrishnan, the former president of India, and he was a very good philosopher. His speech, if you hear, you will just forget everything. Such a beautiful extempore speech. It's all gift of God. The elocution is not just what we gain, it is gift of God. And the same way, the philosophical thoughts of Dr. Kalam is also like that. It's a good teacher. And here in Tamil, we can say, very, very decent, polite political activist, not polluted political activist. He is a polite, he's an educated person. Whatever the case may be, he addressed the Yale University. I admire him. I just love him. And it is because of him, just went for Tamil in 1967. I still remember those days. Now, teacher and education. A teacher takes a hand, opens a mind, and touches your heart. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think, says Albert Einstein. He was the most genius person in the world. Now, he was beaten up. The record was gone by an Indian-born UK child. I mean, UK-born Indian child. I'm sorry about it. The tongue slips now. Now here, see, the conservation of energy, the invention of people, how it's going on. Conservation of energy is nothing but the energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can be transformed from one form to another. This is what we call it, conservation of energy. Now here, how it goes, you can see, it was very quite interesting. Only when you direct it, it is turning. Only when it is directed and you just put some little water, maybe 2 ml or 3 ml, yeah, water inside, and you close it nicely, and it is being turned again. Now you see here, the water kept inside is hydro energy. That hydro energy is kept in a vessel, potential energy. The potential energy and this heat energy is heated up and start kinetic energy. And from kinetic energy, you can go for mechanical energy. See, you can go on elaborate your thinking. Such a nice experiment without anything can be explained also, the energy. Now here also the transformation of energy. A nice video, which I liked it. That's why I always collect this type of videos and keep it for my lectures. This will be quite useful who have not seen it. If you have seen it, it's good. It is repetition. There is no harm. But if you have not seen it, it's really a new and novel thing, and you will relish it. Here, mechanical energy. The magnet. This is a magnet. How the energy transformation takes place. There is no battery, nothing. The magnet and then a few wires, that's all. Now you can see emerging era of education is totally different. They are all coming out of all computers. Now this is the latest invention which is going on. I do not know where it is going to stop. This was tested in schools in the United States of America. It's just See this, how they are testing it. This augmented reality tablet shows the future of education. And everyone started talking about it in detail. And we are asking only the, so which is the site, which is the site. You have to find out your site. Never ask the people. Never ask two things, which I normally didn't like it when I was attending the webinars. The feedback link, and then the site, and then the PowerPoint presentation. You make one. You make one. You will understand better, and you can tell others also better. It's a simple one. And now the world's first virtual and augmented reality laptop has come. It's both virtual and reality. Dissect human heart with this 3D laptop. A girl is enjoying. This is a Z space. It's a mechanical engineer. It's a doctor, neurosurgeon. It's an archaeologist, scientist. A zoologist. Your ARCO. What a curiosity. Ophthalmologist, automobilist, whatever your interest, you can go ahead. I know the participants are raising their hands. Let me answer all these things. At the end, I'm still running short of time. I'll try to finish it. It's 6 o'clock. And this is also another one, the cube. Hopefully you might have seen it. It's a cube, the Wonder Cube we call it. And a lot of things, gadgets are inside. And I don't want to take much of this time because you might have got it. And if not, you can get it in future. There's nothing much about it. A cube which comprises all the equipments. And you can take it. All because of Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives. As I told you about learning, there is a permanently, there is a change in behavior. That's what we call learning result. And for that learning, Bloom's taxonomy is very, very, very important. Because behavior has been dissected into 3 domains: the cognitive domain, the affective domain, and the psychomotor domain. All the 3 domains combined together, and you can have this learning aspect. Before it was in the noun form, now they have made it to verb form, and the evaluation has come down and creativity has gone up. That's the only major difference from 1956 to 2001. Now let's see, for better tomorrow, teachers must be well informed and keep abreast of the latest developments in the area of education to promote learning. This is my serious and sincere suggestion for the teacher of today. See, even in Telangana today, you have seen a new thing. Very recently, September 2019, it was published. National Police University, first of its kind in India, and the National Forensic Science University. It was just March 23 only. It was introduced in Lok Sabha by Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Amit Shah. The thing is, because a lot of brutality is going, lot of abduction, rape, this and unwanted social activities. To curb all these things, we need that. That is the reason why they are trying to be established. I'm so happy about it. So many things are happening here. And what teachers can do for today and tomorrow. Teachers can change the lives of children. As a teacher, you have the ability to reach out, and a mentor and a role model for kids who need it. Smart students can learn pretty much whatever they want, whenever they want. These days, it's permitted. With the use of technology, what goes on in the classroom is changing. Students need well-informed teachers to help them spot fake news, lot of fake news, head to help, and make sense of what is happening in the world. Schools are becoming more important and relevant. So teachers of today, always think of that tomorrow never dies. I always remember Sean Connery's James Bond, tomorrow never dies. They took it like that. Anything can say, what is it? I can do it tomorrow. The next day you ask, I'll do it tomorrow. Next day, tomorrow. So tomorrow never dies. Tomorrow is all yours. So teacher of today, please be prepared for tomorrow. That's what I'd like to tell. And I would like to thank Chief Patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor N. Panjanathan of Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University. And I thank Dr. Sister Amali Anbarasi, Provincial EP, Chennai, and Mr. Pradeep Antony, co-founder and CEO, Talent C, United States of America. I mean, is in New Jersey. I think they have got it. And Professor Dr. V. Balakrishnan, whom I have met him before, is a very nice gentleman. I thank him also. And Sister Sabina Jose, the Secretary of the SCCE, that is St. Charles College of Education, Madurai. And also, I thank Mr. Leo Fernandez, whose speech I heard it was very wonderful delivery of dialogues and with beautiful PowerPoint presentation. I really enjoyed that. And then I thank Professor M. Govindan, the Dean of Faculty, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, and Sister Catherine, a student counselor of St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Ms. Ramana Viswanathan, the director of the Talent C. And I also thank Dr. Shivasakti. Believe me, she was a wonderful lady, always busy like a bee. Anytime, even during riding a car for the lunch, and she is on the way. And she's over the phone, and with she is always connected. I think whether she has got time to sleep. Believe me, I saw the certificate of appreciation given by the College of Education in Durgapuri, College of Education. So nice. And I was really very happy. My commendable remarks about you is, I appreciate your work. I appreciate your commendable work. And I also thank Dr. Vayadrai, very honest and very, punctual, I can say. He comes and waits for the audience. And I also thank Dizilva, the Associate Director of Talent C, as a young girl with always a smile and giving all the encomium and the prize for all the participants. And believe me, my sincere appeal to you, education would revolutionize only if teacher and technology reach rural schools. I need people like you. Go with me. We'll go to the village schools. You take me, join me to make a venture possible for the benefit of the children. See, this child is longing for some education. Maybe he may be a scientist, or he may be the president of India, or he may be the big lot. We do not know. Please, let's go to the villages. Let us find out the potentialities. Let's all join together and do it. Thank you very much. And I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. I also thank Madam Premalata, who was my neighbor here in Madurai. I thank you, Madam. And I thank each and every one of you for this golden opportunity that you have given me. And if you have got any questions, you are free to fire.
Sister, a kind information. The native place for sir is Madurai, sister, and he is residing nearby St. Joseph School.
Yeah, true.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very much involved in St. Charles College of Education. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Any question? Because I'm not able to see that.
Many more participants raised them hands.
Yeah. So thank you, sir. It was really wonderful, and it was very insightful input. And it was like your experiences was like ocean, right? So when I heard your introduction itself from Madam, I was like, oh my God, a lot of experience. So a quote came to my mind, like a pessimist complaints about the wind, and an optimist tries to change it, and a leader adjusts the sails. So I think you have been a leader for 50 years in the education streams, and you have been doing wonderfully well for the benefit of the children, of course, in the larger aspects. So thanks again, and thanks for that very, very insightful session that you have given us. And of course, we have got few questions. If it is there, I would suggest ask ma'am to add them as a panelist, and we will go for not many questions. A couple of questions we will be asking, and of course, we'll proceed further. Shiva Shakti ma'am, do we have any questions?
I added panelists, some more participants.
Yeah. So any participants?
Please, participants.
Any question? So before so one question that largely came up is like, especially on the 3D technology that we are talking about. In the developed countries, it is possible to take those into the classrooms. But question is how far we can take these 3D technologies in our Indian situation. That was the one question that came in. So
it's a very good question. I already told these things once in a meeting. This all is very, very possible in India, provided we stick on to one thing. What we devote for education should be spent for education. No one single pie will go out of that is possible. But this is one thing. If we can rectify that, the present generation, definitely we can achieve the goal. I hope that you understand everything in a nutshell. A small thing only. Because I have experienced once about 20, 30 years, 40 years back, a lot of money was allocated for the blackboard for the school. The blackboard did not reach, but the money was vanished. If this is the situation, how do you expect 3D and 4D in Indian schools? My question, let me be honest. I can turn the world and make them spin. Give me that power. I will do that. Like that, the mind is telling, but in reality, it goes in astray. Ideas are in brain, but actions go in vain. That is the spirit. And I hope the gentleman who asked this question, it's a really good question. Let us all join me first. Let us try to have the interactive session with the children first. Let us go to the villages. Let us see the feedback. After that, we can think of not only 3D, 4D also is possible. And 6D also possible. I do not know. I'm just telling you, 4D means all the four sides. Only three sides you are seeing, 3 dimensions. But if you ask mathematics teachers, they say 6D also is there. If you say octagon, there will be many Ds. So we do not know. So all these things may come in future. So I am really thankful for such a beautiful question. And whether I answered that or not, it's only the conscience answered. But reality, I doubt myself whether I answered or not.
I think you have nailed it to the point. That's great. So let's hear from some panelists if anyone has got any questions so we can have an interaction.
Good evening, sir. Hello.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
I am A.S. Babu, Vice Principal and Head of the Department of English, Gayatri College of Science and Management, Srikakulam, Andhra Pradesh, sir. Sir, let me, it is a tank note, there is no question here because you're very lucid, you explained all the things, and the college institution has been conducting this webinar for the last 7 days. Organizing an event is a difficult task today. At the same time, one thing, sir, we have to recollect one important thing of Robert Frost, one of the most eminent writers and poets in English literature. Is it what we can say that vocation and avocation are the two eyes. If we love our profession, we can do the miracles. Otherwise, it is not possible for us. As far as your presentation is concerned, for possible extent, you have shown all the things. How can we do the things and do the justification? At this particular age, Dr. Lal, sir, we are very much thankful to you. You have thirst of knowledge. But just we have to quote another thing, stopping by good sun is no evening. The promise is to keep before going to sleep. So at the same time, if the teacher is thirsty, nowadays you can see that what I can say, observe that most of the persons attend the webinars. In the beginning of the webinar, they ask about feedback link. How is it possible for? But we are not attending the webinars for feedback link or certificate. The primary purpose is the knowledge acquisition. That is very, very important for us. Definitely, we are the teachers. I hope that we are the teachers have entered the profession by choice, not by chance. That's very, very important things. I thank the organizers for providing this kind of platform to all the teachers, and you should be the inspiration to all the teachers and teaching fraternity, sir. I have been working with the graduate and postgraduate students. Out of my interest, I have joined in this particular webinar, and I too received and many takeaways. I would like to take them. Thank you very much, sir, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you. Any question from teacher trainees? No question from teacher trainees? Anyone? No?
Hello,
No
sir. This is
Yeah.
Revati from Coimbatore.
Yes, madam. Good evening.
Sir, I'm actually a mother of a 6-year-old girl baby. And I'm basically from engineering background. I worked for Infosys for 3 years and I've moved my field from IT into education. Right now I'm doing my MEd. So these 7-day sessions was really wonderful. I'm just able to understand the role of technology and the importance of teaching field into a person's life. Everything I'm able to understand. But one thing I'm getting confused is like to which I should give priority. The order of priority. Is it technology? Is it teaching? Is it the teaching content or the philosophy of
Okay,
education?
let me answer now in a very simple way. You know, when you want to buy, you are using a coin. One side is the Ashok symbol, Ashok Chakra symbol. The other side is only a flower on the, what do you call it, the number, whatever the case may be. So which is important? If both are not there, it doesn't have value. Education alone will not suffice. Entertainment is another thing. So education and entertainment should go hand in hand. Edutainment, make it. That's why in the beginning I told you, there are idealistic way of teaching, then naturalistic way of teaching, pragmatic way, experiential, like that. A lot of idealism and all isms are there. What exactly you have to do it, make an eclectic tendency. The combination of everything. Whichever suits you, you take it. Whichever affects you, leave it. And try to make it possible that the child is the prime importance and he must be, or she must be able to understand that. If that is your motive, you are a successful teacher. That is what my humble answer I feel. I hope, Ms. Revati, are you satisfied with the answer or you need a little elaborate?
I just need some more clarification because I'm just struck with my mind. How should I mold my kid? She's 6 years now. So to what I should focus on?
No problem. Just ask what she wants. If she needs anything, then accordingly you have to give. For example, you said technology or?
The learning content or
learning
philosophy?
Content. See, learning content and technology, you use technology, you can make them learn. Don't use technology, make your own traditional way, still learning is possible. Learning is only how you put it inside, that's all. Whether you use technology or say, for example, whether you are eating by your hand or by your spoon, but eating is very important. That way, you can just see, unless I see the child because the behavior of the child or the nature of the child, what she wants, we do not know. You have to find out what she wants first. Sometimes, you know, the child may be different. What the child needs, you may not know. So only when we know what exactly the child wants, we cannot answer this because practically when I say something and it may not work, and then it will be highly blasphemous if I tell this answer.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Welcome. Have a nice, good, great day.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Go for the last one question. If any panelist is willing or any participant is willing, we'll go for the last one.
Can I, interject a little bit?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Can I, interject a little bit? 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 Can I, interject a little bit?
Someone is talking. Yeah, it will be a little more louder.
All right. Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
This is Dr. Mujtaba Momin, and I'm joining in from Kuwait. I work with the American University of Middle East, which is in affiliation with Purdue University, Indiana. I have been attending the training programs arranged by TNTEU, and I don't have any questions as such, but I'm simply amazed at the phenomenal constellation of resource persons that you managed to, gather for the benefit of the teaching fraternity. I have noticed that the expert resource speakers that you bring in for everyone, they add some unique value to each session. And every session is like a new revelation. And I want to congratulate you and thank you for your fantastic efforts. Today's session was also excellent as usual. And what today's resource person spoke, Dr. Jawahar spoke about, was so grounded. It's not only, though he's working in a different place, in a different ecosystem, whatever he spoke was absolutely relevant to the ground realities of, even the rural part of our country, and this I think is simply phenomenal. I want to thank you for your contribution, sir, and I look forward to more of such learning activities. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I wish everyone good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Dr. Jawaharlal, there are a lot of appreciation for you in the chat box in Zoom and as well in the YouTube chat. A lot of appreciation. Your session has been really wonderful and a lot of inspiration and insightful, and many of our teachers have taken a lot of points from your talk. And once again, thank you so much for that valuable input. So right now I move forward calling Nilofer Nancy to propose the word of thanks. Over to you, Miss Nilofer.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul, says Henry Ward Beecher. Good evening to one and all. I'm extremely happy to propose the vote of thanks on the final day of International Online Conference on High Impact Teachers for today and tomorrow. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I thank God Almighty who granted us this informative International Online Conference a successful one. On behalf of the participants, I would like to propose my thankfulness to the members of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, the management of St. Charles College of Education, and Talentees USA and India for organizing this wonderful international online conference. The essence of all beautiful art is gratitude. A big thank you to Dr. Jawaharlal, founder, principal, Bright Rider School, Abu Dhabi, UAE, for your effort towards the International Online Conference, for being a resource person and spoke on a theme, a teacher of today and tomorrow. Sir, the session was very innovative, informative, and very practical. Malcolm X says, education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. We were inspired by your great words, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation and your valuable message during the session. Thank you so much. Give thanks for a little, you will find a lot. I express my sincere thanks to the Chief Patron, Professor Panchanatham, Honorable Vice Chancellor, TNTEU, Chennai. We are overjoyed by your presence, sir. Thank you. I'm happy to articulate my sincere thanks to our patron, Reverend Dr. Sister Amali Anbarasi, Provincial, Eastern Province, Chennai, for your great support and direction, sister. With a grateful heart, I thank Mr. Pradeep Anthony, co-founder and CEO, Talentees USA. Thank you, sir, for your gracious and encouraging presence with us. Gratitude is the most exquisite form of courtesy. I extend my thanks to co-patrons, Professor Balakrishnan, Registrar, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education, Chennai, Reverend Sister Sabina Jose, Secretary, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Mr. Leo Fernandez, co-founder and CEO Talentees India. Sometimes the simplest thing means the most. Thank you for your guidance and meticulous planning throughout the conference. The deepest carving of human nature is need to be appreciated. I extend my gratitude to conveners Professor Govindan, Dean of Faculty and Controller of Examination, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, Sister Catherine, Student Counselor, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Ms. Ramona Vishwanath, Director, Talentees India. Thank you for coordinating this conference with your presence. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others. A deep sense of appreciation to Dr. Sivashakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, and Coordinator for the Capacity Building for the School Teachers. Thank you for assisting with us with your generosity and goodwill, ma'am. You have made this conference possible. We owe you so much for the availability and interest in teachers' welfare. The interest you have taken for the welfare of the students is also highly appreciated, acknowledged. We are grateful to you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's my privilege to thank the organizing secretaries, Dr. Vayadurai, Principal, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Ms. Entel De Silva, Associate Director, Talentees India, for your meticulous planning and logistic support rendered to us. Thank you very much. Joy is the simplest form of gratitude. With a warm heart, I obligate all the members behind this astounding conference. I'm grateful to the organizing committee, research scholars, teaching and non-teaching staffs, technicians, and all the academicians for your participation. I cannot thank everyone enough for your involvement and willingness to stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone, because we are all new to this new normal situation. Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. A conference like this cannot happen overnight. The wheel started to roll weeks ago. It required well planning and hard work. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, St. Charles College of Education, and Talentees USA and India. My sincere thanks to enthusiastic participants all through the 7 days. Thank you for making the 7 days international online conference a successful one with your contribution. Once again, thank you one and all.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I failed in my duty to thank Mr. Praveen Raj and the principal of the St. College of Education. I'm very sorry for that. Sometimes, I miss it out. Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. Because normally I concentrate in such a way that whatever is there in the invitation card, then I just saw that along the way, when something happens, I can advise, but at the same time, I should follow. I'm very sorry for that. I sincerely apologize for that. And I thank you very much for a nice master of ceremony like that. And principal, sir, you're really great. You're really patient and doing all these things. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Have a nice, good, great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And it happens in online panel, online platform anyway. So I also apologize because of there was Miss Anju and Rose Jennifer were ready for feedback session. So somewhat I missed. So I apologize to the panelists and the participants. Now I call upon Miss Anju Sarah Mabel and Miss Vincy Rose Jennifer from St. Charles College of Education to deliver the feedback of the session.
College of Education. I'm here to share my...
Could we be a little louder?
Yes, sir. I'm here to share my feedback on today's session. Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. I really enjoyed the conference of the topic, A Teacher for Today and Tomorrow. Your enthusiastic presentation and gentle words are a source of encouragement for all of us. The session gave us opportunities to ask questions and talk about real-life examples. I really enjoyed this informative conference and felt challenged to assume my responsibilities for the welfare of the society. The session helped us with innovative and provoking thinking. The quality of the content was excellent. Thank you, sir, for your wisdom, experience, and personable presentation. You cannot teach today the same way you did yesterday to prepare the students for tomorrow. Yes, sir. All the above words would be very helpful in order to improve our service in the future. Your suggestions and ideas have provided us a guideline to proceed more preciously for the betterment of the noble cause. Thank you, sir, for spending your valuable time with us. I thank for the chance given me to share my views during this international conference on high impact teachers for today and tomorrow. Once again, thanks a lot for your fabulous speech. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Anju, for that beautiful feedback. Let's hear from Vincy.
Good evening, everyone. I am Vincy, student teacher, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai. It gives me a pleasure to share feedback on this topic, a teacher for today and tomorrow. Good evening, sir. Thank you for your valuable speech. It inspires us and motivates us to be a good teacher for students. If we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. By following your words, we will be a good teacher for today and tomorrow. We will remind the students of their responsibilities and commitments towards shaping the future generations in taking up still higher challenges and making our country an advanced and developed nation with a high sensitive towards general welfare of the society. Thank you, sir, for spending your valuable time with us. We are very proud to have you here, sir, and I thank our college for organizing this international conference on high impact teachers for today and tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincy, for that clear and warm and, of course, beautiful feedback of the session. And that's the end of the first phase of our program today. And let's now enter into the second phase of the program. We have a short valedictory function now, and I request all of participants to stay tuned. There is a philosopher who said, the function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. In our Indian culture, whenever we have a special occasions like this, we invoke God. So I would request now all of us to take 1 minute of silence, close our eyes, and we invoke that God who we believe in. So let's please close our eyes. Kindly open your eyes. Thank you so much. So let's move forward. So to welcome everyone assembled here in the platform, I request Ms. Dr. P. Shivashak Rajamal to welcome Gabby and to continue with the program. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. May I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Very good evening to everyone. We are made for goodness. We are made for love. We are made for friendliness. We are made for togetherness. We are made for all of the beautiful things that you and I know. We are made for to tell the world that there are no outsiders. All are welcome. It is a moment of great privilege and honor for me to extend a hearty welcome to all of you today at this memorable event of 7 days international online conferences on high impact teachers for today and tomorrow. For valedictory session on behalf of Center for Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Talentis, USA. First, I express my wholehearted and extend my gratitude to our patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor N. Panjanadam Sir, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, for his constant encouragement and kind words to motivate everybody to engage in academic process and progress, for his great support to complete the 7-day international conferences successfully. We are all really thankful to you, sir, for your encouragement, support, motivation, and guidance for making our programs in a grand success. Thank you, sir. I extend my gratitude to our co-patron, most respected Registrar Professor V. Balakrishnan Sir, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai. Without your guidance and motivation, these programs would not have been possible, and we shall be eternally grateful to you, sir, for your valuable guidance and support. Thank you, sir. I feel very honored and extend my warm welcome to the convener and today's chief guest, most respected Professor M. Govindan, Controller of Examinations, Dean of Faculty, Head of the Department of Educational Psychology, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, for his valuable support and personal commitment, incredibly generous, and helped our team to reach the top and achieve the goal. I welcome you, sir. I express my wholehearted and extend my special welcome to the patrons, most respected Dr. Sister Amalie Anbarasi, Provincial, Eastern Province, St. Charles Borromeo, Chennai, and most respected Mr. Pradeep Anthony, co-founder and CEO, Talentees USA, who have been backbone of event for rendering us with all possible helps and support towards complete this webinar successfully. I welcome you, Sister Amalie. I welcome you, Mr. Pradeep Anthony. I feel very honored, and it's a glorious moment to extend my warm welcome to the co-patrons, most respected Reverend Sister Sabina Jose, Secretary, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and most respected Mr. Leo Fernandez, co-founder and CEO, Talentees India, who have worked very hard indeed for the last days to make this international conferences a grand success. An event of the dimension can't happen overnight, and needs meticulous planning and execution and an eye for detail. It was a perfect mix of topics, teacher and teacher educators. We appreciate your hard work, your efforts, and your dedication towards this 7 days international conference. Our biggest applauses to both of you. I welcome you, Sister Sabina Jose. I welcome you, Mr. Leo Fernandez. I find immense pleasure to welcome the conveners, most respected Reverend Sister Catherine, Student Counselor, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and I extend my warm welcome to the most respected Mrs. Ramona Viswanathan, Director, Talentees India, for their guidance and moral support, and they have made this webinar a grand success through their motivation and dedication. Without their support, I welcome you, Reverend Sister Catherine, and I welcome you, Mrs. Ramona Viswanathan, ma'am. I heartily welcome to Organizing Secretaries, most respected Dr. A. Bayadurai, Organizing Secretary, Principal, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and most respected Ms. Endil De Silva, Associate Director, Talentees India. We are really thankful to you both for your supports, motivation, guidance, and for taking the time out of your schedule to attend this event a grand success. I welcome you, Dr. Bayadurai, sir, and I welcome you, Ms. Endil De Silva. And I heartily welcome to all the resource persons. I would like to thank all the eminent resource persons, those so far who given a lecture on this international conference. Professor Ravi Govindaraj, the Head Training and Development, Qatar, Mr. Leo Fernandez, co-founder and CEO, Talentees India, Hyderabad, Mr. Frank, the educator and yoga expert, New Jersey, USA, Reverend Father Dr. B. Sebastian, SDB, Rome, Dr. Evangeline Whitehead, Associate Professor, Department of English, Saudi Arabia, Reverend Father Seferson Suresh, SDB, Director, Sri Lanka. It's a great honor for me to welcome and thank such a great Dr. Jawaharlal, the founder, principal, Bright Rider School, Abu Dhabi, UAE, for today's session on a teacher of today and tomorrow. We warmly welcome to all of you and the most important pillars of the success of this conference. We welcome you all the eminent resource persons on behalf of our organizing team. And I heartily welcome to all the organizing members of the Center for the Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Talentis, USA. Dr. Joseph Catherine, Principal, SMCE, Chennai, Dr. K. Mohan, Deputy Registrar, TNTU, Chennai, Mr. K.S. Anbusalam, CEO, Exosam, Perungudi, Chennai, Mr. R. Tirupati, Black Educational Officer, Budukkottai, Dr. B. Subramanian, Assistant Professor, TNTU, Dr. K. Ratiswari, Assistant Professor, TNTU, Mr. S. Balamurugan, Assistant Professor, TNTU, Dr. T. Premalada, Assistant Professor, Bharathiar University, Dr. S. R.O.K. Elizabeth Josephine, Assistant Professor, Biological Science, SMCE, Chennai, Dr. S. Vijayalakshmi, Alumnus, TNTU, Mr. S. R.O.K. Sami, PhD, Research Scholar, TNTU, Mr. J.T. Augustine Jabakumar, Emerald Scholar, TNTU, Mrs. Bhakyam, Assistant Professor, Department of Physical Science, SCCE, Mrs. Angel, Department of Max, SCCE, Mrs. Amudavalli, Assistant Professor, Department of Tamil, SCCE, Dr. Dahira Banu, Assistant Professor, Department of English, SCCE, Mr. Nedumaran, Physical Director, SCCE, Mrs. Uma, Librarian, SCCE, Mr. Arul, System Admin, SCCE, Mr. Vincent, Assistant, SCCE, Mr. Peter, Associate Director, Talentis India, Mr. Praveen Raj, Associate Director, Talentis India, Ms. Dipna Jacob, Associate Director, Talentis India, Mr. Brahim, Associate Director, Talentis India, for their efficient guidance, supervision, support, and encouragement to complete this online international conference successfully. I welcome you all the organizing members. Last but not least, I extend our hearty welcome to the wonderful participants who have turned up in such a great numbers from various states across the country. I welcome you all the participants. Ends not bad things. They just mean that something else is about to begin. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shivashakti, madam. I can feel how much you meant. You're really pouring out your heart. So I can feel it. Thank you for that wonderful welcome. So we have on the schedule a presidential address by Professor Dr. M. Govindan, the patron of, the convener of this program. Due to unnoticed task and personal reasons, he was not available. And whenever he steps in, we will listen from him. So I directly go to or requested Sister Amalie Anbarasi, the patron and the provincial Eastern Province of St. Charles Borromeo, Chennai, to go with her facilitation address. Sister Amalie.
Sister Anne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sister.
Am I audible?
Yes, sister.
Yes, sister. You are very.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Respected Professor Dr. M. Govindan, Controller of Examination, Dean of Faculty, and the President of today, Mr. Pradeep, Co-founder and CEO, Talentis USA, patrons, co-patrons, conveners, organizing secretaries, and staff of the collaborating institutions and company, diverse speakers, and high-level array of participants of this webinar. Here I am again greeting all of you with a feeling of contentment and joy. The International Online Conference is, without exaggeration, something I awaited the most. And when it was announced to be one in collaboration with the Center for Capacity Building for School Teachers of the esteemed and unique Tamil Nadu University, Education University, my joy increased. And it had no bounds when I learned that Talentis, a company that has delivered over 1 million children impact sessions on life skills and values, is also collaborator of this mega conference. We hold in distinct respect our affiliating university, TNTEU, and the Honorable Vice Chancellor, who in all magnanimity not only consented to be part of it, but exhibited it in a magnificent way in his presidential address on 4th September. I congratulate you, sir, for the immense height to which you are raising the standard of this university despite the disturbed times. The reputation of the Center for Capacity Building for School Teachers, TNTU, is being ennobled by the extraordinary ability demonstrated by Dr. Sivasakti Rajamal. Congratulate you for all you did to make participation in this conference so easy, pleasurable, and rewarding. Your poise and serene manner was very impressive. Wish you greater heights.
Thank you, sister.
Our regard and sturdy association with Talentees is based on the vision we share in common, and meeting them on this platform for the same cause of moving another inch towards our vision for inspiring the right kind of leadership through self-transformation to be evoked in children and youth by high-impact teachers certainly is another cherished occasion. Thank you, Mr. Pradeep Antony and Mr. Leo Fernandez. I witnessed an overwhelming enthusiasm and expression of their caliber on the part of every member of Talentees, especially Mrs. Ramuna Viswanathan, Director Talentees. Congratulate all of you for your high level of organization and the professionalism which made it possible to gather so many different experts and develop all the activities with success. I think you must be very proud of your work, wishing you future successes, and thanking you again. God bless you. We hope Reverend Sister Sabina SCB, Secretary, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, breathes a sigh of relief as what is clearly an excellent conference is coming to a conclusion. By all accounts, it was very well done. The level and diversity of input sessions were outstanding. You had invited just the right mix of subjects, people, and at the right time. This has been an example to show how conferences become important platforms where experts can share on how to meet the world's most pressing needs and challenges. And you have been the one to take the pride of bringing the inspiration to action. And I look forward to witnessing future avenues of collaboration and engagement among such institutions and experts. Wish you all the best. Congratulations to you, Dr. Vayadurai, Principal, St. Charles College of Education, and dear professors and staff, who by your share of goodwill and labor have undoubtedly had this conference handled so successfully. It could not have been possible without your hard work and passion. I'm extremely happy that the students of St. Charles College of Education witnessed and participated in this event vibrantly. We are proud of you, students. My congratulations once again to all of you on pulling off such a digital venture so brilliantly. I'm sure you have learned a lot. In terms of its contents, the conference was an excellent one, all because the organizers could gather 7 different experts, and it is the diverse set of speakers who made it interesting and interactive. An excellent job was achieved by each of you speakers. Professor Ravi Govindaraj emphasized on having the right attitude through his session, Soft Skills for Global Opportunities. It was an eye-opener to everybody that right and positive attitude is the key to success. Mr. Leo Fernandez enlightened the participants of the cardinal role a teacher plays in setting up a learning environment for the children and how they can become good to great teacher through his insightful and interactive session, changing classroom from teaching places to learning spaces. Mr. Frank Rico, in his session, Creating a Positive Environment in Classroom, underlined that a teacher should nurture and develop the talent of the children through the concept of PACE, purpose, attention, confidence, and evaluation. Reverend Dr. V. Sebastian had highlighted on the need for developing critical consciousness and analytical thinking in the millennials through his session, Critical Pedagogy and Reframing Analytical Consciousness of Ingo Age. Dr. Evangeline Whitehead opened up a world of creative possibilities a teacher can adopt to enhance classroom learning through her topic, Augmentation of Next Generation Teachers. Reverend Dr. Jefferson, through his session, A Neo-Enhanced Learning Trajectory for Teachers, highlighted on how to be an effective teacher during the post-COVID scenario, a need of the hour indeed. Dr. J.R. Jawaharlal, through his session today, A Teacher for Today and Tomorrow, has impressed us by his multifaceted career, first of all, and the numerous awards that he has received. He has asserted that teachers are the moving forces of this earth, but they need to keep themselves updated. Amazing in illustrations, giving tips to be effective teachers through your own personal experiences has come very fantastic. Thank you, sir, for that fabulous session that you
It's my pleasure.
helped us to enjoy today. It was a grand finale. I could listen to some of you live online and to the others later. Taking advantage of the venue, you have given a splendid treat to a very good and multiple array of participants. Hearty congratulations to you. The list of participants was quite impressive. They evoked a lively discussion on high impact teachers for today and tomorrow with their practical and experimental or experiential resources. The three themes: the ultimate purpose of education, personal growth as a teacher, changing skills and unchanging values, I propose to keep in mind in my keynote address while you listened to the rich inputs of the speakers I hope could be realized. I'm sure you benefited even much more. It was a wonderful experience. Once again, my sincere congratulations to all of you on such a successful event, and I sincerely appreciate your kind invitation to me to this valedictory function, which I really enjoy. I look forward to meeting you again soon. God, who is the source of good inspirations and is the resource of all energies that enable us to implement them, is to be praised. I praise God for all that have been achieved through this memorable event, which will go into SCCE annals. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Sister Amli, and it was very well put together, and I appreciate that you recognized everybody's effort and beautifully put down those things in the words, right? So really appreciate it. Thanks once again, Sister Amli. I now call upon Mr. Pradeep Antony, the co-founder and CEO of Talentees USA. He is also the patron of this conference. I would like to invite him to do the felicitation of the program.
Thank you, Praveen, and good evening to all the distinguished guests. It's quite a memorable moment for me to be part of this function. On the first day of the function, I spoke about in order to fight against COVID-19, we need to kind of develop a strong immune system. And then I went to say that teachers should develop 3 different type of quotients, to create a greater impact on children. The technology quotient, the emotional quotient, and the learnability quotient.
I'm sure in the last 7 days, we've seen all these three things in play in a great way. Technology played a very, very important role, because without that, and learning that, we wouldn't have been able to kind of organize this program, because each of us are in different locations, and most of us are in our comfort of our homes, and we have done in this program. And also, I've been part of many WhatsApp groups, in the organizing groups. A lot of stress, a lot of emotions have been going on organizing this program, but everybody has been cool and done this program so well, and it has kind of delivered such high quality program for all the participants. And this whole process is new to us, and we've kind of learned a lot in this whole process. So the message for all the teachers is to focus on these three different questions. And there's a quote which I'd like to say at this moment is, a good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. From George Patton. The fourth question which I would like to share today is the execution quotient. We always talk about that in Talentees and in all our programs we do. Leo is like a very ardent believer of that. And I could see the program so well executed, and it's been so consistent. But one good thing which I noticed is that people came back every day, for this program, and the numbers have been constantly high and maintaining and always going high, and the participants have always kept up to that. So execution has been so good that people came back the following day to complete this whole course and the whole seminar. So that's been a real commendable thing, and I would like to thank all the management, and it shows a lot of leadership from all the senior people. I'm not going to mention by name because Stamali has already mentioned in detail, right from the Vice Chancellor to ma'am. You'll have done an excellent job at the university, and Sister Sabina and Ramona, you'll have been a very good support throughout, and everyone over there have done exceptionally well and executed this program. So congratulations to all of you all, and we would like to partner with you all to do more programs, and wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Pradeep. So that very short message on executive quotients. Of course, Pradeep is one of the visionaries, as many of us do not know. Pradeep and Leo are the two sides of the same coin. And Pradeep has been a visionary and has a lot of experiences. Thanks, Pradeep. It's very nice to listen to Pradeep on many new things that comes up in the world, or anything that is related to education. Thanks, Pradeep, being the backbone of Talentees, making a lot of difference with the children and young adults. Thanks once again, Pradeep.
Thank you.
So now I call upon Mrs. Ramona Vishwanathan, the convener and the director of Talentees India. I would like to call upon to resource the persons, to felicitation the resource persons present in the platform. Mrs. Ramona Vishwanathan.
Thank you, Praveen. A teacher plants the seeds of knowledge, sprinkles them with love, and patiently nurtures their growth to produce tomorrow's dreams. That is what every teacher aspires to do, and there's no greater joy for the teacher than seeing her student achieve her dreams. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires. The eminent resource speakers of the 7-day International Online Conference on High Impact Teachers for Today and Tomorrow, jointly organized by the Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Talentees USA and India, have surely helped us and motivated all of us teachers and educators to be such a teacher who inspires. Good evening, one and all. On behalf of the organizing committee, I deem it an honor to congratulate and felicitate our dear speakers on the insightful and valuable talks on the varied and new age topics that had come up. All praise to Professor Ravi Govindaraj, Head Training and Development Integral Group Holding Qatar, for his very interesting and engaging talk on soft skills for global opportunities. Yes, sir, the right attitude is what we should have and achieve the positivity that you so love to share. A hearty applause to Mr. Leo Fernandez, co-founder and CEO, Talentees India, on his innovative and thought-provoking talk on changing classrooms from teaching places to learning spaces. We will now aspire to become good to great teachers. A warm gratitude to Mr. Frank Riccio, educator and yoga expert, New Jersey, USA, on a much-needed topic, creating a positive environment in classrooms. The concept PACE would greatly benefit us, and we will apply it in our classrooms. Our sincere wishes to Reverend Dr. V. Sebastian of the Salesians of Don Bosco, Rome, for his philosophical talk on critical pedagogy and reframing analytical consciousness for info age. It made us think a lot, and we will apply the principles learned from you. Our congratulations to Dr. Evangeline Whitehead, Associate Professor, Department of English Language, Princess Noor bin Abdul Rahman University, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on her very interesting and highly captivating presentation on augmentation of next generation of teachers. We will make use of the latest technology to teach creatively and in a way that students of today can enjoy. Our felicitations to Reverend Father Jefferson Suresh, Salesians of Don Bosco, Director Rector, Don Bosco, Mankulam, Sri Lanka, on his talk on a new enhanced learning trajectory for teachers. You beautifully explained the 3 categories of teachers, and as teachers, we all should aspire to become passionate teachers to inspire students. Our deep gratitude to Dr. J.R. Jawaharlal, Founder Principal, Bright Rider School, Al Garbia, Abu Dhabi, UAE, for your very effective and valuable talk on a teacher of today and tomorrow. Like you said, a teacher's job is the noblest profession. Thanks for the simple and interesting ways in which we can teach the students to learn and remember creatively, and your input on adversity quotient and the social quotient. Our participants, panelists, and the organizing committee have indeed benefited a lot from your ideas and presentations, dear eminent speakers. We are grateful for answering most of our questions in the interactive sessions followed by your talks. Once again, hearty congratulations and a big God bless as you continue on your journey of constantly inspiring and motivating teachers and students alike. Thank you.
Thanks, Ramona, for felicitating the resource persons and beautifully crafted felicitation. And once again, thanks. And Ramona has been really coordinating this 7 days wonderfully well. It's amazing to see, because a lot of work we have got in Talentees, but this was an extra for her, but 100% with no error. She really coordinated. Kudos, Ramona. Thanks once again. So now I call upon Dr. A. Vayadurai, the silent person for the entire 7 day, and to present the report of the international conference. And he is also the organizing secretary and the principal of St. Charles College of Education, Madurai. Over to you, Dr. Vayadurai.
Thank you. Good evening, friendo. It is my great pleasure and privilege for me to present the report of 7-day international online conference on high-impact teachers for today and tomorrow, held from 4th September to 10th September 2020. International online conference on high teachers for today and tomorrow was jointly organized by Center for Capacity Building Program for School Teachers, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, India, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, India, and Talentees, New Jersey, USA, held from September 4 to September 10, 2020. This online conference had been programmed with the proficient resource person presentation on their respective topic, followed by panel discussion with participants. The 7-day conference covered 7 plenary sessions with a speaker per session. Each speaker has taken 90 minutes for presentation, followed by 20 minutes of panel discussion. The conference was structured to foster discussion between the resource persons and participants around the theme of the plenary session. This was achieved by question and panel discussion through Zoom Q&A box and YouTube live chat. There was time allocated at the end of the each day session for the reflection about the plenary presentation. Registration for the conference was open to all academicians, research scholars, and student teachers. The invitations were sent through WhatsApp and email to the contact in the relevant field, who were also asked to promote the event to other potential investor parties with their institution. In total, 2,544 people registered for the conference across the world. This included 24 states of India and 30 countries from abroad. This online conference was streamed by Zoom webinar online platform and live YouTube channel, hosted by Dr. T. Sivasakti Rajamal, Organizing Secretary, Assistant Professor, Department of Educational Psychology, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, India. Organizing team, Chief Patron, Professor N. Panjanadam, Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai. Patrons, Reverend Sister Dr. Emily Anbarasi, Provincial Superior, Sisters of Charles Bromeo, Eastern Province, Chennai, and Mr. Pradeep Anthony, co-founder and CEO, Talentis USC. Co-patrons, Professor V. Balakrishnan, Registrar, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai. Reverend Sister S. Sabina Jose, Secretary, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Mr. Leo Fernandez, co-founder and CEO, Talentis India. Conveners, Professor M. Govindan, Dean of Faculty and Controller of Examination, TNTU, Chennai. Sister A. Mary Catherine, Student Counselor, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Ms. Ramona Viswanathan, Director, Talentis India. Organizing Secretaries, Dr. T. Sivasakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor, TNTU, Chennai. Dr. A. Vayadurai, Principal, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, and Ms. Intil Isilva, Associate Director, Talentis India. And all the members of Center for Capacity Building Program for School Teachers, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, St. Charles College of Education, and Talentis. Opening ceremony. The inaugural function was started at 10:30 a.m. on 4th September 2020 under the head of Professor N. Panjanadam, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, Reverend Sister Dr. Amari and Romeo, Eastern Province, Chennai, and Mr. Pradeep Anthony, co-founder and CEO, Talentis USA. The organizing secretary, Dr. T. Sivasakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor, the Department of Educational Psychology, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, welcome all the dignitaries and participants to the International Online Conference on High Impact Teachers for today and tomorrow. Professor N. Panjanadam, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai, delivered his opening annotated with his remarkable presidential address. He welcomed and acknowledged the initiatives of the combined effort of TNTU, St. Charles College of Education, and Talentis USA to jointly organize a 7 days online conference for high impact teachers for today and tomorrow. Professor Panjanadam finally greeted and appreciated all the plenary speakers of conference and offered special recognition to the organizers of the conference. Reverend Sister Dr. Amalia Anbarasi, Provincial Superior, Sisters of St. Charles Bromeo, Eastern Province, Chennai, offered the keynote address. Reverend Sister Dr. Amalia Anbarasi, in her keynote presentation, she mentioned the role and function of teachers, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic period. She also quoted the purpose of this conference was to deal with the important relationship between educators and learners to grasp the latest trends in teaching learning process. Mr. Pradeep Anthony, co-founder and CEO Talentis USA, shared his precious thoughts in his felicitation, and he mentioned the need of skills and values in working with children with equal potential but unequal access by the teachers. Mr. Leo Fernandez, co-founder and CEO Talentis India, shared his valuable information through his insightful talk. Reverend Sister Sabina Jose, Secretary, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, India, has presented the vote of thanks at the end of the inaugural ceremony. Day 1, 4th September 2020, Friday, After the inaugural ceremony, the plenary session started. Myself, Dr. A. Vayathurai, Principal, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, India, introduced the first plenary speaker, Professor Ravi Govindraj, H. Training and Development, Integral Group Holding, Qatar. After the resource person introduction, the session was handed over to the resource person, Professor Ravi Govindraj. The first day of our plenary speaker delivered his speech about soft skills for global opportunities. It was very informative session and has enlightened the participants. The session was very interactive with the use of polls and provoking questions, which enabled the participants to take part very actively. The master of ceremony was Ms. Entel De Silva, Associate Director, Talentees, did organize the day session by her coordination and made it very interesting and effective. Day 2, 5th September 2020, Saturday. The second plenary session was started at 4:30 p.m. Mrs. Ruba Togru from Talentees India welcomed the gathering. Mrs. Ramona Viswanathan, Director, Talentees India, introduced the second plenary speaker, Mr. Leo Fernandez, co-founder and CEO, Talentees India. Our resource person, Mr. Leo Fernandez, shared his experience through the session and presented his idea on changing classrooms from teaching place to learning place. He gave a brief explanation and interacted and enlightened the participants. Finally, Ms. Prem, Talentees India, presented the vote of thanks. Our student teachers, Ms. Priyanka and Ms. Vigneswari, shared their feedback on the session. The master of ceremony was done by Ms. Deepna Jacob, Associate Director, Talentees India, who organized and synchronized the program very effectively. Day 3, 6th September 2020, Sunday. The third plenary session was started at 5 p.m. Ms. Elisa, Talentees India, welcomed the participants and dignitaries. Mr. Pradeep Anthony, co-founder, Talentees India, introduced the third plenary speaker, Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank Richo is an educator and yoga expert from New Jersey, USA. Our resource person involved himself in sharing his knowledge and experience through the topic, creating a positive environment in the classroom. He enriched our participants through his thought-provoking speech. Our student teachers, Ms. Yasini Amida and Ms. Aburba, shared their feedback on the session. Finally, Ms. Punita Nancy, Talentees India, gave the vote of thanks. Mr. S. Prabin George from Talentees India coordinated the session as a master of ceremony. Day 4, 7th September 2020, Monday. The fourth day plenary session was started at 4:30 p.m. Ms. Felicia, our student teachers of St. Charles College of Education, welcomed the dignitaries. Ms. Mathumida introduced our fourth day resource person, Reverend Dr. B. Sebastian, SDB from Salesian University, Rome. Our resource person, Dr. B. Sebastian, appropriated the session on critical pedagogy and reframing analytical consciousness for InfoE very effectively and interacted the participants. Ms. Cecil Esme, our student teachers, and Ms. Hasan Nisar Fatima, Vidyodaya CBSE School from Tindikal, shared their feedback on the session. Ms. Ilmada Angel, student teachers, delivered the vote of thanks. Ms. Deepna Jacob, Talentees India, harmonized the day session as the master of ceremony. Fifth day, 8th September 2020, Tuesday. The fifth day plenary session was started shortly at 4:30 p.m. Ms. Resma Luthers, student teachers, welcomed the dignitaries. Dr. S.I. Tahira Banu, Assistant Professor of English, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, introduced our resource person, Dr. Evangeline Whitehead. Dr. Evangeline Whitehead is a former Associate Professor, Department of English Language, Prince Narabat Abdul Rahman University from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Dr. Evangeline Whitehead took over the session on recommendation of next generation teachers. Her presentation was very informative and enriched the body excellently. Ms. Dharanya, student teachers, and Amana Ranganath, online tutor and e-content developer from Chennai, shared their feedback on the session. Finally, Ms. Bhagavati Ammal, our student teachers, offered the vote of thanks. Ms. Ruba Tagu from Talentees India hosted the session as a master of ceremony. Day 6, 9th September 2020, Wednesday. The sixth day plenary session was started at 4:30 p.m. Sister Mary Vimela, student teachers, welcome the dignitaries and participants. Reverend Sister Mary Catherine, mentor, St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, introduced the fifth resource person, Reverend Father Jefferson Suresh, SPB, Director and Rector, Don Bosco Mankulam, Sri Lanka. Reverend Father Jefferson Suresh briefed the session on a new enhanced learning strategies for teachers. His presentation was very informative and useful for teachers. It was a need of God to accompany the students in their emotional and psychological needs through counseling. Ms. Beulah Salim and Ms. Jayanti, research scholar, Tamil University from Tanjavur, shared their feedback for the session. Finally, our student teachers, Ms. Sakaya Filsi, present the vote of thanks. The overall Master of Ceremony was synchronized by Ms. Punita Nancy, Talent is India. Day 7, 10th September 2020, those days. Today, plenary session was started at 4:30 p.m. So, CLA student teachers welcome the dignitaries and participants. Mrs. Pakiyam, Assistant Professor, St. Charles College of Education, introduced our resource person, Dr. J.R. Jawaharlal, founder, Principal, Bright Rider School, Abu Dhabi, UAE. Dr. J.R. Jawaharlal offered his insight and experience on the theme, a teacher for today and tomorrow. His presentation was very informative and enlightening. Our student teachers, Ms. Anjusara Mafel and Vinci Rose Jennifer, said their feedback for the today's session. Finally, our student teachers, Ms. Nilofer, gave the vote of thanks. Closing ceremony. The final day closing ceremony has started at 6 p.m. Dr. T. Sosakti Rajamal, Organizing Secretary, cum Assistant Professor, TNPU Chennai, welcomed the dignitaries and delegates. Reverend Sister Amali Anbarasi, Provincial Superior, Sisters of St. Charles Borromeo, Eastern Province, Chennai, and Mr. Pradeep Anthony, co-founder and CEO, Talentis USA, felicitated the organizer, resource person, and participant of this function. Ms. Ramana Viswanathan, Director, Talentis India, offered her felicitation to all the 7 resource persons for the 7 days plenary speakers. Now I am Dr. K. Vayathurai, Organizing Secretary, Principal, St. Charles College of Education, presenting the report of 7-day international online conference held from 4th September to 10th September 2020. Ms. Indil D. Silva, Organizing Secretary, Associate Director, Talentis India, will propose a vote of thanks. Mr. Praveen Raj, Associate Director, Talentis India, coordinated the day event as the Master of Ceremony. Thank you. Patiently listening the report of 7 days international online conference of high impact teachers for today and tomorrow. Thank you, Unanda. Thank you.
Thanks, Vaya. Sir. Thank you so much. I know why you were there silent for last 7 days. It's a very hard task to do, but you did very well. So once again, thank you so much for that beautiful report for 7 days. Thank you so much. Thank you. So before going into, we have got 2 more items. So we have got a short video and last messages from our guest. So first I'll play the video, then we'll go for the messages from our guests. So can I share the screen? Shiv Shakti ma'am. So thank you, Prem. So Prem put all these action into a beautiful visual presentation. So thanks, Prem, once again.
Nice. Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.
Now to the resource persons, last messages for all of us. So anyone can pitch in. So let us know who is pitching in. So before that, I would like to request all the panelists to unmute your video because we want to see all of your beautiful face that God created. So please. So can I start with someone? Dr. Evangeline, you wanted to start?
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Praveen. I'm really admiring you all people right from the beginning of this conference. Very good evening to one and all. This is Evangeline again. A famous quote says, education breeds confidence and confidence breeds hope and hope breeds peace. Under the excellent leadership and guidance of the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, the departments are making records in the history by conducting a chain of very useful faculty development programs and engage and educate everyone and bring peace to all of us in this COVID-19 period. I appreciate and I congratulate them. It's tremendous to hear that Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University has trained 2 lakhs teachers in 600 programs, more than 600 programs, I guess, within this 5 months. It is a great opportunity for me to be a part of these faculty development programs as a keynote speaker and as a participant. I look forward to witness all your future learning platforms too. My special wishes to all the keynote speakers who have brought all the knowledge to this faculty development program. And my special thanks to today's speaker, Dr. Jawaharlal. Sir, it's always a pleasure listening to you. All your experiences are lessons for us, really. I highly appreciate the student teachers of St. Charles College of Education, and they are all future teachers, and they are really learning. They did their part very well under the guidance of their mentors. And my special appreciation to talentees and all the masters of ceremony and the leaders. Thank you. I look forward to meet you all in another wonderful platform. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Evangeline. Thanks so much. And to the wonderful work that you have been doing. Please, God bless. Can we hear from Leo?
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Praveen. Good evening to all of you. I just thought since the country is moving towards a 5G telecom environment, I thought we'll lead with 5 Gs. And the first G is, of course, gratitude. Gratitude to all the organizers, everyone who got involved in making this such a wonderful conference. I realized also that the favorite word of all our attendees is feedback link. So here's my feedback to all of you. You all have been an amazing audience. You've been a really amazing audience. Very, consistently attending every single day and fully involved in the input. So thank you all for being such an amazing audience. So I think the first G is gratitude. I think all of us as teachers need gratitude, because if we are grateful by nature, then we will focus on what we have rather than what we don't have. And that is a key ingredient for us to be, great teachers, is to have that attitude of gratitude. The second thing I would say is that, for this whole 7 days, if the conference has to be really effective, it depends on us getting started with action. I think the second G should be that we get started with action. So from each of the speakers, if we have taken even one good input or, something that we have learned, the conference will become alive in our classrooms by us taking action. So even if we take 3 things out of this whole conference and say, these are 3 things I am going to start doing or stop doing or continue doing, I think that will be the success of the conference. So the second G is get started with action. The third, I would say, is a quote from my grandfather's gravestone. There's a one sentence that is written on my grandfather's gravestone, which is give even when it hurts. And I would say that is something that we as teachers should do. It is very easy to be a good teacher when everything is going well. When you have fantastic students, supportive management, parents who are praising you, At those times, it is very easy to be a good teacher. But when you have students who are not disciplined, parents who are criticizing you, management who is not supportive, then to continue to give, that is true giving. That is really, the standard that we should set ourselves, that we can give even when it hurts. The fourth G, I would say, we spoke about good and great. And I would, quote Jim Collins and say that good is the enemy of great. So we should never be satisfied with being good teachers. And I think this conference has really taught us that we should improve and learn. And I think that's the fourth G, that we have, embraced our growth, our personal growth, so that we can not satisfy ourselves with being good teachers, but constantly be on the path to being great teachers. And the final G, I would say, is the grace of God. Unlike other jobs, teaching is not a profession. Teaching is a vocation. And we know at Talentees, we work with 25,000 children every week. We work in, city schools which have got LCD projector and 50 computers, to very small rural schools that there are more than 100 children in one classroom. And for a teacher to be effective, humanly, it may sometimes be an impossible task. And that's why I would say that relying on the grace of God, who is the greatest teacher, is really what will make the difference to us in our everyday lives as teachers, if we can rely on the grace of God. So thank you all once again. It was an absolutely delightful conference. And somebody asked a question to Professor Jawahar about the different priority, and I loved his answer. He said, whatever the priority, put the child at the center. If we put the child at the center, then automatically all the priorities will fall in place. So I will close by saluting the invisible presence in the conference, which is the children that we serve. The child and the young adult that we serve is the reason all of us are on this conference. Let us rededicate ourselves to serving them with the highest standard. God bless you all, and thank you.
Thanks, Leo. So for that short message, it's always encouraging, and it's beautiful listening to you. No words always. So thanks that beautiful message for all of us. Can I listen from Mr. Ravi Govindraj, a short message?
Good evening, one and all. Let me continue with Mr. Leo what he said. The 5G services started from Qatar, actually. So thank you so much. Change is the only thing which cannot be changed. And change happens every day, every second in everybody's life. The way how we take things on a positive side again. And, the change happened in the commercial world, business world, family structure, and of course, yes, educational field. So we have also taken things on a positive side. We are all connected with this platform, thanking God, thanking the entire management over us in this process, having, had sleepless nights actually. So all the hard work, whatever the effort that they have put, thank you so much for that. And last but not least, thanking Corona for this, which made all of us to connect in this platform. So I'm thankful to everyone. Thank you so much for a wonderful opportunity. And to an extent, I was able to be here on all the days except one. I think one day I missed it, but otherwise, yes, I was here. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience. Let's take it forward. So what are the best that we can do it? Thank you once again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Ravi Govindraj, for that beautiful message. So we have heard sufficient from Mr. Dr. Jawaharlal, but if you have got any last message for us, we'll be gladly hearing from you. You're mute. So you're mute. Thanks.
The heaven may fall, the earth may burst, but my duty is first. Should do your duty with utmost sincerity, because sincerity alone secures success in life. If you salute your duty, you need not salute anybody, but if you pollute your duty, you have to salute everybody, says the pride of the nation, Dr. Kalam. So let us all work together, because work is worship. Praise the Lord, and God bless you for giving me the opportunity. Wish you all the best of luck. Stay safe, stay healthy, follow the rules, follow the regulations, and God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for that beautiful and short message. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Pradeep, you would like to add on something?
I just said you were audible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sister Sabina?
It's okay. You can go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister. Sister Catherine?
The excellent programs are arranged. I salute all the organizers and the patrons, co-patrons, and it was very, very interesting and useful for all the teaching community, and especially for our student teachers to be teachers for today and tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Catherine. Sister Amli?
So you're on mute, sister.
Yeah. You are mute, sister. You are mute. Okay. Dr. Premlata is there. You would like to say some few words?
Hearty congratulations to all the organizing team members, sir. Really, I enjoyed each and every session. It is wonderful and meticulously planned by all the organizing team members. Hearty congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Premlata. Ramona? Okay, thank you. Dental?
Sure. Mr. Praveen, can I say something? I have to say a word.
Please.
Something moves me. I'm really emotional. This FDP is really wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. And of course, it's like a train journey. We have to get down when our places come. So presently we are departing, but I guess we'll be joining again in another excellent faculty development program. And that time we have to really include the teachers, the student teachers of all the colleges, education colleges, you know. I don't think that all education college students have joined in this type of faculty development programs. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to give permissions to all principals to make their students participate in all these things. I really admired the way the St. Charles College of Education girls were trained. Really, I appreciate. So this opportunity should be spread to all education students, and the principals should come forward to bring their students here, and it will be really appreciating. So I would like to say this. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Evangeline. So, Shiva Shakti ma'am, last from you.
I'm speechless. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm speechless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, madam. So, but last word from me, it's not less, the last words are from me is maybe the only thing constant is the change. So we embark on the future. We must remember three key things: be flexible, be flexible, be flexible. Always get the learning and the skills you need to change with the change. Thanks for this wonderful session that's being arranged by Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University and St. Charles College of Education, Madurai, together with Talentees company. Thanks for this wonderful session. And this is Pravin Raj signing off. Thank you.
The vote of thanks from Yentil.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I missed Yentil. Sorry.
I didn't want to take that away from you, Praveen. Thank you. You've been a wonderful MC. Thank you for your kind words throughout. I'm Yentil, and it gives me great privilege to deliver this vote of thanks to all you wonderful people who made this 7-day a grand success. The Chief Patron, Professor Panchanatham, Vice Chancellor of TNTEU, thank you for being a source of guidance and encouragement right from the very beginning. You led right from the top. Thank you, sir. Patron Sister Amelie Anbarasi, Provincial of Eastern Province, St. Charles Borromeo. You continue to inspire and create leaders with every group that you are part of, as you have done through this conference as well. You are an inspiration, sister. Thank you. Mr. Pradeep Anthony from Talentees USA. We realize it's very early in the morning or very late in the night for you, but you made it a point to be available and participate in the conference. Thank you so much. The co-patrons, Professor Balakrishnan from TNTEU. Thank you for your constant support from the sidelines. Sister Sabina Jose, St. Charles College of Education. You have been so meticulous in planning and making sure everything is in place. Thank you, sister. Mr. Leo Fernandez from Talentees, thank you for the wonderful presentation on the second day of the conference. The visuals exactly represented the learning that we need to develop as teachers. They were so apt. Thank you, Leo. The conveners of the event, Professor M. Govindan from TNTEU. Thank you, sir, for your guidance throughout the program. Sister Mary Catherine, your cheerful face was always a wonderful sight to behold during the entire conference and the few words you had to share in between. Thank you, sister. Ms. Ramona Vishwanathan, let's face it, you were more the organizing secretary as well as the convener. Thank you for handling the communication and being so careful in planning the whole program from Talentees side. Thank you so much, Ramona. The organizing secretaries, both Dr. Sivasakti from TNTEU and Dr. Vayadurai from SCCE, you were available any time of the day, all days. Thank you for being so open, giving, understanding, always with a smile on your face. Both of you so cool and calm. It was very appreciated. Thank you, both. All the other members, teachers, facilitators from TNTEU, St. Charles College of Education, and Talentees USA and India, working in the background, you know who you are. Thank you so much for your support throughout. The fantastic resource persons right from day one. Each of the topics was so well thought out. The trouble that you took to prepare the presentations and deliver it with so much interest, knowledge, and the expertise you possess. For answering all the questions posed by the participants so earnestly. We are very grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you. Of course, our participants who have joined us every single day. You made the time and you gave this conference your complete attention coupled with enthusiastic participation via the chat box, the polls, the Q&A, and direct participation with the resource persons. Thank you. You were a wonderful audience. The wonderful MCs from Talentees we have had every single day who were prepared, were ready for the task, and handled each day with so much ease. Great job, guys. The very confident students of TNTEU and SCCE who spoke so eloquently and presented their piece excellently. Very well done. Looking forward to for each of you taking more charge. Last but not the least, thank God Almighty for his guidance throughout and making the conference flow so smoothly. And thanks to the power of the internet for enabling all of us to attend with ease and from the comfort of our homes. And just like Dr. Evangeline said, it is kind of an emotional ending to the conference, but it's a start of very many exciting things to come. We're sure of that. Thank you all. And we look to have more events like this. Have a great rest of today. God bless.
Thank you so much, Gentil.
Prabin, you're in mute.
Prabin, you're
Kindly
on mute.
unmute yourself.
Thanks, Gentil, for those beautiful words and, of course, those words of thank. Thank you so much. So that's the end of today and the 7 days conference. Thanks, each one. Thank you all. We sign off.
Thank you very much, Shiva Shakti ma'am and Vayadurai, Sister Amali, Sister Catherine, Sister Sabina, Dr. Premlata, who helped in the last day especially. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sister Amali. Thank you, Sir Pradeep Anthony, Leo Fernandez, Ravi Govindra sir, Javaga sir, and Sister Catherine, Prabin, and Ramona ma'am, Sabina sister, and Aintil, and Premalata ma'am, and Dr. Josephine ma'am, and all the panelists and all the participants, Dr. Evangeline ma'am, Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you all the participants.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sir, we will meet very soon.
Yes.
Fernando, sir.
No, Shakti ma'am, I'm in Chennai, so I'll meet you.
Okay. No, I mean another program.
And welcome all of you all to New Jersey.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, dignitaries.
Jawahar sir, thank you so much.
Thank you.
On behalf of SCC, I would like to thank Dr. Shivashakti for being available to us, and she is the one who is brain behind all our program. Because she is the one who gave me the idea that we would we'll invite talentees also, because we are a good partners. And she was the one who was working maybe 24 hours in a day. Anytime if I call, anytime she is online. And she is a woman with cheerfulness, availability, and selflessness. Her generosity has no bounds. So I thank on behalf of everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Susakti and Talenty members.
Thank you, sir.
The program was a grand success. I really thank God and all the members of Talentees and TNTU, especially Dr. Susakti Rajaman and Premilada and our sisters Sabina Jose. We made a grand success. Thank you, Ananda. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all the panelists. Thank you all
Good
the
night.
participants.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
God bless.
Good night.
Shall I wind up the session?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister.